All right, welcome back, everyone. Episode 19.
Do you think Zendaya could play a good Obi-Wan?
I think if she cut her hair enough, or maybe like Obi-Wan wears a hat, like Obi-Wan carries on a hat in the universe, this new universe, I could see it. Okay, dude. All right, dude. I'm in.
No.
Well,
why not?
Okay, and then Luke be. Is anyone watching Euphoria? You just have all of Euphoria be in Star Wars. You guys aren't watching this show? Even after all this time I bitched about it last week, we still haven't jumped on.
Dude, Mike, you could hold a gun to me, and I probably still won't watch it. Like, come on, man.
You guys watch Ozark?
No, but I watch Book of Boba Fett. All right, that's
what
all
are you guys doing? What are we doing?
Book of Boba Fett.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Well, Ian's watching Harry Potter, so
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter. There's too many boringness. Too many boringness. Not enough lightsabers.
There's some shady shit going on.
Kind of hate the last movie.
I don't even remember
I've never seen any of them. I'm half an hour into the first one. There's some weird shit going on in there. Then
I won't say anything else. It's
got a good Lego game.
Ian, the Sorting Hat eventually turns on everyone.
The what?
I've read the first 3 books, so.
You read the Harry Potter books?
The third movie is my favorite one.
Damn, bro, I can't even read.
Speaking of books, I bought a book.
That's my favorite movie.
No,
I bought a book. I bought Dune the book.
Oh God!
Oh, I love it.
Book?
I love it.
It's a book. Yeah.
Is that just is that based on the movie? Is that just the first book of the franchise?
No, it's the first book of the franchise.
I feel like I was gonna say because there's usually like a movie version of the book, and then there's the actual book, and then
I have
on all of it.
Yeah, so I decided I'm gonna read the book because I'm curious. I'm invested in the movie, so I want to read the book now.
Fuck reading, bro.
Respect.
Speaking of the movie, I was gonna say I was gonna tease our Oscar episode next week.
Go ahead. Yeah, I would throw the movie talk graphic up right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dune will be.
Mike, I think we're doing like. Are we gonna call it a special like Lazy Mates bonus episode?
Yeah, I'd like to just go through all the main nominees, pretty much the major categories, and who we think is the runaway favorite, who we like the best. I think is the realm I want to go on. I mean,
okay.
There's a lot of movies I liked a lot this year, and I really hope. Spoiler: I hope Licorice Pizza gets in a lot of nominations. So that's my favorite movie of 2021. So I'm hopeful.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that next week. I know I'll have to be in talks with you off when we get done with this, and have to figure. I'm gonna let you and Nate run the show. I'll just throw up graphics, Ian. And you guys, and Ian. I'll throw up graphics, and I'll let you guys run the show. So however you want to take it, send me what you want to do, and we'll go from there.
Ian, I finally watched West Side Story on Saturday. Loved it.
Okay.
Loved it.
I love how much disdain Mike has for this movie he hasn't seen.
I don't want to see it.
Not gonna lie to you.
I don't want to see it.
I think it's better than the original one.
Oh,
I think it's better than the original one. I'm dead serious. I know it won so many awards.
Seen the original one.
I haven't seen the original one.
I haven't, but I thought it was good. I liked it.
So, Mike, are you saying I should go buy a ticket or use my AMC stubs and go see it this weekend?
Man, you're paying the subscription.
You might as well.
There.
Yeah. I'm gonna see Jackass. I'm gonna see Jackass this weekend for sure. I have to see it
dude. Oh, come on. You're American.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. I have to see it this weekend. So I'll see that, and then Drive My Car is actually opening near me.
When the president gets inaugurated, they force him to watch Jackass.
Mike, no, would you go see that? Would that be another movie you go see?
Nate's forced me to see Jackass.
Oh.
Are you going tomorrow?
Look at that.
I don't know when we're going, but...
Well, look at that, Noah. You're already in February and seen 2 movies. It's pretty good.
No, I haven't. I've seen 1.
Well, okay.
Well, you will be. He's saying you will once you watch Jackass.
Yes, you will.
I haven't seen it yet. But it could be a Best Picture nominee for me.
I hope so.
It's got the movies that have come out already this year. Right now, the competition for this year is pretty thin, so you could throw it up there maybe.
I've only watched one 2022 movie, and I've only been interested to watch one.
All right, so I did go see last week Moonfall. It was It was better than 355. I'll say that.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think you could pay me to watch either one.
That's all I got.
Though. Like those are the types of movies I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, yep. It was not entertaining. I was not very.
So you guys aren't watching
that one.
You guys aren't watching Peacemaker either?
Oh yeah, of course. I am also watching Peacemaker.
So that's a show we'll watch, but we won't watch Euphoria.
Does it have lightsabers?
You guys got to understand. I got into movies through comics, so I have a comic-oriented background. So I that stuff's different than typical shows. So
I'm just asking questions. I'm just curious. That's
all right. So
I'm justifying my life choice.
I do
justifying my life choices. No, it's good.
I like
it's great.
Peacemaker a lot. I like it a lot.
So I have an issue. West Side Story is not playing at any theater near me.
Oh, hate to see it. Someone won't be prepared for the Oscar episode.
I know this is kind of embarrassing right now.
It'd be crazy if I sent you a link somehow, some way.
Oh.
But I think it could. I think it can maybe fork something out.
So it is playing. It's playing. It's playing at the mall. That's like 10 miles away. But I don't really.
No, you can walk it.
Mike, if you have that. I'm not saying you do, but I'm just saying if you were to have a link.
If I were to find it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just
I could
if it were to show up in your
if it just were to happen to just pop up
somehow,
for sure. Should but how's everyone else been? How's the week been? It's been a while since we last talked. It seems like it's been a non-chaotic week.
No, nothing happened.
I can't even believe I'm here right now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you said we're not going to hear you for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you did say that.
I feel like I'm forced. right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be.
You could. No one's forcing you, man.
I am glad we all gathered for Pro Bowl week. I know it's Ian's favorite week of the year.
Ain't nobody watching that shit.
Are they playing dodgeball still?
I think so.
Is that Saturday?
That's
fine. So you're just gonna watch the dodgeball and turn it off?
The dodgeball's more interesting than the actual game.
He ain't wrong there.
If you really think about it,
he ain't wrong.
I saw NASCAR's on that day. I'm gonna watch NASCAR.
That's the race at the LA Coliseum.
I can get a good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
I can get a good nap in. I can get a good nap in.
Go
at the
Trojans.
Coliseum latest
challenges. You can get a nap in on the Pro Bowl.
Latest challenges to the 2022 Pro Bowl: best catch, fastest man, and that's all it's on here.
What?
Well, Tyreek Hill, number one, and why even have it?
Well, maybe Tyreek Hill's not showing up because nobody shows up to the Pro Bowl. That's why Mitch was in it. Nobody want to show up for that. Come on, man.
The events that will be taking place
is
this year.
Jackson Mahomes going?
Precision.
Yeah, he's racing. You're racing Jackson Mahomes.
Precision passing, thread the needle, best catch, fastest man, and the epic Pro Bowl dodgeball.
So just the only thing people care about is dodgeball.
Yeah, I mean, Mahomes is going, so he's going to win all of them.
Oh, actually, a fun fact here. This releases tomorrow on Thursday, and that is when the Pro Bowl Skills Challenge will be on Thursday at 7:00 Eastern.
Oh, it's on a Thursday?
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I don't have to watch that.
Yeah, I got something going on.
I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch a regular season basketball game than an all-star Pro Bowl game.
I'd rather watch a preseason NBA game.
I'd rather watch NASCAR.
Hey, I don't know, man. Preseason basketball is...
We're throwing some stuff out there.
It's valid, though.
We're just saying shit. We're just saying shit now.
I'd rather watch a movie.
Right. Well, speaking of basketball, let's dive into the latest in the NBA. Mike, take it away. What do you got for us?
The Washington Wizards came right back to reality, and they're god awful now. I think they're like 12th in the standings of the East. But the news with the Wizards is that Bradley Beal is not outright saying trade me, but he's saying I'm more comfortable with the idea of being traded, which with Bradley Beal's terms, in terms of how loyal he's been for so long, it's, hey, get me out of here. Get what you can and get me out, because I just think it's time to go. We were talking about this before, but I want to ask now, obviously now that we're live, where he could go. Philly, everyone always just says Philly, but like, I don't know if Ben Simmons with Kuzma and like that whole team is just chaotic. But I don't really know anybody else Bradley Beal, to me, a Bradley Beal on like the Clippers or something would be phenomenal. I think they would try to move heaven on earth to make that happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make a push at him. But current standings, shout out Bulls, seat red. Joel Embiid has been on an absolute tear. That's my MVP.
I cannot believe they're a 1 seed still.
Hanging by a thread.
How are they still there? Dude, they can go on a 2-game losing streak and drop to the 5 seed. Oh my god.
Yeah, the East
what do
is
you
good.
mean, dude? Half their team was out. That's why I said I can't believe they're still the 1 seed.
They're still good.
I know. That's why I said I can't believe it.
They won 31 games last year. Look at us now.
Congratulations.
I guess I can't ask you guys. What's the thoughts on Trae Young getting in over Zach LaVine? Are we okay with that?
I think Trae Young leads the league in scoring, like points. So I'm cool with it. That's who I thought it was going to make it in. And Zach LaVine's not even a point guard.
I think that's who I actually voted for. To be honest,
I don't think Zach LaVine's a point guard.
So
I kind of like the two. Well, because it's just guard. They don't really do it by positions. It's just 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center.
Are we switching right over to that already? I guess
we'll
flip
we're
the
here.
Graphic.
Yeah,
there you go.
Oh my god, I get to see LeBron and Kevin Durant 1080p or 4K. My goodness.
Shout out to you guys for calling LeBron. I really did not think it was going to happen, and I think the first round of voting,
James.
No, well, the first round of voting, Steph was on top by like 300,000 votes. But I think once they started doing this like double voting counts with the hashtag, and LeBron fans went absolutely nuts.
And Curry's
LeBron James, hashtag
LeBron, not been doing good.
Hashtag Bron. He just got woken up by Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know if you guys saw that. He woke a beast. I'm expecting some good games late into the All-Star break.
So for starters for the East, we got Giannis, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, obviously as captain, Joel Embiid, and then Trae Young. And then for the West, we got team captain LeBron with Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, Ja Morant, and Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, one of these is not like the other.
Yeah, I just think it's loyal Warriors fans. In my opinion, I think that's the majority.
That's the only way. He ain't getting there. He ain't getting there because of his stats. That's for damn sure.
Like
for sure.
Luka's not there for whatever reason. Devin Booker, you could even. I'd put Luka personally higher, but I can hear an argument about any of them.
They're the best team in the league, and they don't have a starter. So.
Yeah. Oh, so let's act like we already. Let's act like
they'll be the reserves. It's no problem.
I was going to say, let's act like we know who the reserves are because those come out tomorrow.
Well, Booker and Paul will be on for
the day that this podcast releases. The reserves will be out, so we can act like we know who they are.
I thought the reserves are out Thursday.
Tomorrow,
I guess you're right. You're right. Duh, I'm thinking today's Tuesday for some reason. My fault. Well, let me. Okay, I'll ask you guys. What's a name that you think is possible, like to get snubbed? Like you'd be like, oh yeah, this makes sense to get snubbed.
Damn, you got to tell me before, man. I would have done some research. Snubbed?
Fred
Just think of like good.
Fred VanVleet's a good one. Yeah, bad teams. That's a good player. That's usually how it is. It's usually a bad.
Someone from Cleveland's probably going to get snubbed.
Oh yeah,
I think Darius Garland's going to get in.
Yeah, I think he gets in too.
I don't think anybody else from there gets in.
I think I think Chris Paul will get snubbed, and I think a lot of people.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not going to get snubbed.
There's my pick right there.
Player in the NBA this
year. Thank you. It's factually proven. Thank you,
guys. I don't hate Chris Paul at all. I'm just
no. It's somebody else.
That's my vote. That's my vote that I think will get snubbed.
So from the Ringer, they have their predictions up for who makes it in for reserves. For the West, they have Rudy Gobert, Draymond Green, Karl Anthony Towns, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic.
Donovan Mitchell might not make it. First off, he's been out for like 2 weeks, and the Jazz have been playing poor. He might not make it because he just hasn't played.
Yeah, but he's still flashy though. I don't know.
Oh, here you
I
go.
could still see it.
Toughest West cuts: Murray, Anthony Davis,
DeJounte Murray should get in. Yeah, DeJounte Murray. He's damn near averaging a triple double.
DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre doesn't deserve it. He's been out for too long.
Mike Conley.
Noah, can I hear the list, please?
I'm just giving my thoughts. Because if we keep going, we're going to forget who he's talking about.
Mike, do you want me to start at the top again?
No, I feel like I got a good gist. I'm just giving Noah shit.
All right, so Murray, Davis, Ayton, Bridges, Conley, Desmond Bain, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Ingram, and Paul George.
Paul George, he's not going to make it.
Yeah, the Anthony Davis one sucks, but I mean, it makes sense.
Memphis might get some snubs because it's Memphis. Desmond Bain's been balling. He's had a hell of a turnover from last year to this year. Damn, he might win most improved player the way he's been playing.
Oh, I think John Morant has that in the bag.
Oh, that's true. Never mind. My bad. Forgot about that.
And then for the East predict, or did you still have more for the cuts? The potential outs?
No, I'll just try to think of one player that like overall I could see like, oh, it's trending on Twitter. He got stubbed and people are pissed off. And mine could be.
Well,
Chris
let me go to the East and let me read you who they predict will be in, and then who will maybe not make it in. They have for the East, they have Jared Allen, Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Fred VanVleet, Zach LaVine, James Harden, and Drew Holiday. As for people that they think might get cut, they have. It's a lot of scrolling. Hold on here. Toughest East cuts. They have Garland, Siakam, LaMelo Ball, Bradley Beal, Jaylen Brown, and Kyle Lowry.
See, like they had Jared Allen in their reserves, so someone from
Kyle Lowry. I don't think he'll make it.
Gonna get snubbed.
I would take Garland.
Whether it's Garland,
Darius Garland's got to get in. It's Cleveland. They're going to be a Cleveland player. I think Darius Garland deserves it more than Jared Allen.
Who on that list would be snubbed, you think?
Well, I will. Okay, can I just give a personal thing here? Pascal Siakam's like having like a quiet like career year and is playing like phenomenal right now. But it's okay.
I wonder why.
He's got a fat contract. He's got a fat contract. About time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I do agree.
But I would say
carry on.
That's my guess. Because so what is it? Is it 5 reserves or is it 6? Well, it's tough because like
I think 6.
Well, so like KD won't play, right? Because he's hurt, so he won't. So that's another spot. And then is there any? I think Draymond Green is hurt. Is he okay now? I think he's hurt.
I don't know if he'll be a reserve. I don't know if he'll be a reserve.
That's what I mean.
Mike, they're on their list. They had 7 reserves, so I don't know if that's how many are actually in there. But
okay, oh yeah, 12. That makes sense. But are they doing the captains thing again, where it's like they draft the teams? I love that.
I like that. I like it too. It makes things. I like seeing different players from each conference play with each other.
Okay, so is there a way you can throw on that list?
I can, yeah.
On the screen. Okay. For like who like the people like expected or whatever. I was gonna say just randomly, who do you guys think is the last pick overall?
Out of the ones on the list?
Yep. Overall last pick.
Okay. Let's look. Out of this list right here, I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert. Because they were like the last picks like a year ago or 2 years ago.
I was just gonna say let's all just pick one.
Hold on. Let me quickly just throw this all into one little document, and we can just pick from that list.
You think Rudy's the last one? Okay.
Yeah, I picked Rudy Gobert. Yeah, I think he's gonna be a Jazz player.
I think the last one will be Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. You know Chris Paul's going to be on Team LeBron if he gets
exactly, and that's otherwise I was going to say him.
Chris Paul's running. You know Chris Paul's going to be on Team LeBron. They buddy.
Yeah, I think he's like the godfather to his kids.
I think that is. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So how can I not cheer for the Suns? Like how can I not?
I don't know how you can. I don't know how you can.
I do. I cheer for them.
Oh yeah, and they're doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're killing it, dude. It's fun to watch out here. It's fun to go out and watch the games. Oh, cool. That was fast. Okay. Oh shoot. Well, you know what? Okay, let me take my pick back, and my pick is Drew Holiday.
Oh, we're doing all. We're doing each. I thought we're doing just all.
Yeah, just overall last pick.
Oh, then Jared Allen.
Fred VanVleet.
Okay, so you get one.
Jared Allen and Gobert.
Because
I will say I think Drew. I'll go Drew Holiday.
Who's gonna be the first pick?
No, you're not understanding the premise of the game.
We're each picking one. We're each picking one.
Yeah, thank you.
You gotta pick somebody who hasn't been picked.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
That's okay. It's okay.
No, it's not.
It's really not. It irked me. It grinded my gears. Old segment. Old callback. Grinded my gears.
Throwback.
So I'm picking someone that didn't get picked. Is that what you're?
That's not Drew Holiday,
Correct.
Jared Allen.
That's it.
Or Fred VanVleet.
All right, then I'll go Draymond Green because I don't think he's going to play.
Okay, there we go. No, that's
so
good.
Whoever the replacement is for Draymond Green, then if he's not on a reserve, then okay. All right. Well, it gives us something to look forward to now to watch.
What about first pick? What about first pick? What about first pick?
Well, hold on. Wait. Do we? If we're adding the hold on, if we're
because
adding
I got it. It's James Harden because Kevin Durant's going to take his buddy.
Wait. Hold on. Don't we have to then include the starters?
This is never. I mean, if you want for starters,
if you do the first pick,
reserve.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If we're doing the first pick, it's going to be one of those guys.
The entire thing.
Yeah. So the first pick will be one of those starters.
Yes.
They
pick the starters first, and then they pick the reserves.
First pick.
Yeah, whoever has the most votes gets. It gets the first pick for the starters, and then the person with second gets the first pick for the reserves.
All right. So are we going start? Are we saying starter first? Is that what we're doing, or no?
Well, the reserve is going to be Harden.
Yeah.
There's no debate. It's going to be Harden.
I do. Yeah.
No, I think Kevin Durant's I think we should do the very. I think we should do the overall last pick, which we just did, and then who the overall first pick is going to be.
Where's Bismack Biyombo on here? No. Where's Bismack Biyombo on here?
Let me write this down so we can review this next week.
Lord.
I don't know. I don't see Bismack Biyombo on this list.
All right, Noah, who'd you have for last pick?
Yeah, I think you just like saying that word.
It's not a word; it's a name. Get it right.
Noah, last pick.
Jared Allen, and he's very good.
Fred VanVleet.
Mike.
I get you, Holiday.
All right, and then I had Draymond dash replacement.
Who's going to be Bismack Biyombo's going to be the replacement?
Well, if he ends up making it as a fill-in, then he's my pick for the first guy taken.
Yeah.
All right. So then what are we first to reserves?
Oh my God!
We're just the first overall.
Just the starter.
No,
first overall pick, Mike.
First.
That's it.
Okay.
So who was LeBron taking?
The starters, Mike.
Who was LeBron taking?
Correct.
And since Anthony Davis is not here, it could be anybody.
I'm gonna say he goes with. I'm gonna say Giannis. I feel like that's the easy answer.
I think there's an easier answer than that.
Okay.
Okay. Noah, who's your pick?
Curry.
I was gonna say Curry.
I think he's gonna take Curry.
That's who I was gonna say. So now, with what I have to work with, I'm gonna go with Joel Embiid.
Having a hell of a season. In my opinion, MVP.
Me too.
I think he's MVP right now. He would have been MVP last season if he was healthy the whole year.
Yeah. Ian, who do you got? We got three big names off the board. You got to pick one.
DeMar DeRozan.
Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah, go with the homeboy. Come on, go with the hometown guy.
I mean, this is an arbitrary contest anyway.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. LeBron
can complement each other somehow.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know if they're friends or not. LeBron seems like he's got a lot of friends.
I think he does have a lot of friends.
So do we think
great guy
out of the starters, do we think Andrew Wiggins is the last pick?
Yeah. Yeah. He shouldn't even be there. Should be Booker.
It's crazy that Booker.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Booker's averaging damn near 30 points. What are we doing?
That's
funny as hell.
But the problem is Booker even considered a forward at all? Does he ever play small forward for them? Because Wiggins is a forward.
Yeah,
so it's two guards, two forwards.
Ian said it before. There's no such thing as positions.
I mean, DeMar's
but there isn't the voting is the point. No, he's
all right. Well, yeah,
DeMar. That's the discrepancy.
DeMar went out. Yeah, DeMar was a guard. They had DeMar as a guard.
No, he's a small forward for the Bulls.
I know, but they have him as guard for the All-Star game.
Yeah, they have him as guard for All-Star.
Really?
So why can't we just flip?
He plays both, and he's been a point guard in his career, hasn't he? So he's been a guard before.
Yeah, guard for the East is Trae.
There's weird flexibility.
DeRozan. Yeah, guard for the East is DeMar. Trae.
LeBron could be a center, point guard, small forward, bench warmer,
LeBron does
coach,
play center sometimes.
GM.
From time
LeBron
to
does.
time,
there's lineups. Okay, so who's the two forwards? Why am I blanking on? Oh, KD and Giannis. Okay, that makes sense. So, I think Devin Booker plays more shooting guard, and I think DeRozan plays more small forward with LaVine as shooting guard, right?
Yeah,
I think that is accurate.
That is
so.
accurate,
I think that's like their prominent voting thing, and like you can't put Booker over John Moran or Steph Curry this year.
No,
wouldn't you just have to make the lineup
those two are
based on the amount of fan votes too? Anyway,
I think it should be the best players.
A guy that has a bunch of votes, you got to find a way to squeeze him in there.
Should be the best 5 players. That's what I think it should be.
I don't disagree. I'm trying to think based off their format, and it's.
Yeah, I mean basketball.
But no, I like that. No, I like that. Don't give him the starter. Don't give Booker the starter. It's gonna fuel him. We don't need that. We want a championship. We don't want the starter. Fuel him. It's gonna fuel Booker. He's gonna be pissed. All right, you're gonna be dropping 35 a game now.
Basketball.
We don't want that. We don't want that. No.
Basketball Reference has DeMar listed as a power forward.
There it is.
This man's like one of everything. Damn.
Yeah.
Positions aren't a thing. Let's get on with it.
That is true. Mike, do you have anything else?
No, that's all I had for right now. Honestly, it's early. A lot of people are starting to rest before the All-Star break, so it's gonna be a pretty slow time. Trade rumors will start heating up in the next couple weeks. So,
yeah, the Suns are they're rumored to get Eric Gordon from the Rockets. They're trying to get rid of Dario Saric.
That's a good guy.
The Knicks, actually, fun fact: the Knicks are actually going to get LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Curry, and Giannis.
That's what I see on Reddit, man.
At a 4-team deal. 5-team deal.
They're locked in.
And they're going to give up Cam Reddish because they're not even using him. So they're just going to get rid of him.
All right.
I follow
Ben Stiller
on Twitter, and he tweets about the Knicks quite a bit. It's very fun.
Moving on along. Day, who knows of no baseball. We do have baseball news, though. Congrats to one David Ortiz.
The Big Papi.
Getting inducted into or getting elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
And doesn't even feel like the biggest news from the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, nope, not the biggest.
The bigger news is Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Correct.
And Koufax.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, people have been talking about that more because now they're off the list. So the only way they can get in is like something crazy happens. They can't get voted in anymore.
I would say, isn't there some special vote?
Yeah, there's a special thing, but they're not gonna do it.
The same committee that got Harold Baines in could get them in.
They're not.
But
it's not gonna happen.
But yeah, so what's everyone's take? I mean, I still think even if you're on roids or whatever, you still have to have some sort of talent.
I've been saying this for all my whole life. Steroids should be allowed in the MLB, and he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I almost discredit the entire Hall of Fame now after this.
It's a better sport with steroids.
Yeah.
Ian, what's your take? What's your take?
Oh, I just think that the Baseball Writers Association shouldn't have the ability to vote for the Hall of Fame. Just find a better way to do it. It is the worst Hall of Fame. That reflects like what people actually think of the sport. Because you're gonna have these guys. If the Hall of Fame is a museum, and then there's a hallway with plaques in it, and all of those dudes' stuff is in the museum, but they don't have a plaque in the hallway with all the other plaques. So like they're in there anyway. You can see all of Mark McGwire's shit hung up in the Hall of Fame museum. It's all there.
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose's stuff's all in there. Barry Bonds' stuff, it's all there. Who cares, man? I just think, it's tad unfortunate that David Ortiz had as good of a career as he did. And the conversation coming
out exactly.
Has nothing to do with how good David Ortiz was. He's like one of the best clutch postseason hitters in the history of baseball. And had that crazy 2004 ALCS against the Yankees when they came back from 3-0 and hit a bunch of clutch hits, a lot of home runs, 8th, 9th inning, base clearing doubles, things like that. And now we're just talking about
one of the best
arguably
nicknames.
The best news for a former Bostonian athlete this week. Just really great that he's getting honored and commemorated.
To the Boston.
I can't even think of a better Boston athlete that was in the news this week. David Ortiz is a legend. He's one of one.
He is a one of one. I think his character is one of a kind too.
Are you finished? Are you guys done? Or are you finished? Yeah. I'm about to be enraged over here.
Mike,
Mike,
can I just get your final take here? Is David Ortiz the best athlete to come out of Boston?
No, Larry Bird is.
I agree.
Okay.
Right?
Russell, but it's fine.
No, you guys
Bill Russell,
about, right? Yeah, that's what you're. Yeah.
Bill Russell too. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to then.
You guys got Bill Russell over Larry Bird? That's a conversation for another day.
Dude, I'm like, I was negative. I was negative 70, bro. I don't know.
Accolades and social justice.
I was about to say,
I have two very strong cards. It's a good debate.
Talent.
Continue.
Let's move. Yeah, because we're already 30 minutes in, and I'm pretty sure this back half is going to probably take up like almost 2 hours.
The podcast hasn't even started yet.
I got dinner ready for later. All right. So.
All right. Next up on the list, Tom Brady, the best to ever do it. He has officially retired, leaving Mike into shambles. Let's just throw up congrats, Tom. Big ups to Tom. Everything this man has done, he's got most passing yards, most passing touchdowns, most completions, playoff passing yards, playoff passing touchdowns, playoff completions, most wins, most playoff wins, most Super Bowl wins, and most Super Bowl MVPs.
And has more Super Bowls than any franchise.
That is true.
Correct.
So, Mike, how are we feeling after he pretty much retired twice?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the guy that got me into sports. First grade, I had second grade classmates messaging me how I was doing because they were like, I didn't even know who an athlete was until you told me about Tom Brady in second grade. So it's been emotional for me. Honestly, I was a little ticked looking at his post because, like a lot of people, including Dave Portnoy, there was no New England Patriot. But at the same time, he kind of already did thank them before. Once cooler heads prevailed, he did thank them when he left. And if his Hall of Fame speech, which they should just give him the jacket now. Don't wait 5 years until he's eligible. Just give it to him now. I hope the Patriots are a big focal point in that.
So,
but
Brooke, can I cut you off real fast? I was just going to say,
sure.
Do you think that maybe there wasn't a whole mention, because I know there's been a lot of speculation about it. Do you think he's doing the one-day thing with New England? And you think maybe that's what he's saving it for?
No, I think he has some bad blood for the Pats right now. Honestly, I think he probably wanted to finish his career there and do the full year and be there. And I think they didn't want him personally.
It's like Peyton Manning with the Colts.
Bad blood. Yeah, and I think they
cut Peyton.
Yeah, there's a lot of just initial bad blood. That's probably why there was no thank you even in the post anyway, because obviously that was on his mind. The guy's not dumb, right? So I think he felt some type of way about it, honestly. And he's probably not. His head wasn't even in New England, but at the same time, it's a lot. Your career is built there. They took a chance on you at the 199th pick. The movie will be made on Tom Brady, and that is a huge part, literally the most ginormous part of his career. So it's sad. It's sad for real. I didn't see it coming. I'm happy he went out basically pretty much on top, led the league in passing yards. Just everyone will always say he still had more in the tank. Plenty of athletes have gone through and done it where they went out on their own terms. It sucks. The media kind of ruined it a couple days beforehand, but honestly, in the digital age, you have to rush to get the story. You have to rush to get the clicks. It is what it is. It just sucks.
I was listening to Ian Rappaport talk about it, and it's you'll have these scoops, and it's as a reporter, that's your job. Your whole job is to get these scoops. So obviously we all kind of figured it sounded like he was leaning more towards retirement after he had lost that game to the Rams, and obviously someone's going to step up and say he's doing it. It does kind of suck though that Schefter kind of stepped on the toes. But
yeah, and it just, he's the, as of right now, at least in my eyes, and it's a debate for whoever, I think he's the greatest athlete in all of sports. And it just sucks. He couldn't make that announcement himself, couldn't go out on the way he wanted to and without any other kind of rumors or anything. But the day and age, that's just how it is. You can't, it sucks because usually his inner circle is pretty good on this kind of shit. So to me, it's somebody obviously had to leak it. And obviously it had to get, once somebody hears something like that, it has to get reported. So you can't sit on that. It's Tom freaking Brady. But now all my Tampa gear is out the window. It's completely gone. No reason to cheer for that team ever again. And now strictly New England Patriots are the only team that I will be rooting for. No best wishes. Be easy, Tampa Bay. They're pretty much screwed now. Back to the bottom of the barrel, the division.
Oh yeah, we'll be hanging down there.
So yeah. I guess we can I guess we can touch on them quick. I was going to wait for a little bit, but we can do it right now. Do you think they were caught off guard?
No.
Do you think they knew this was coming?
I think they knew it was coming.
I don't know if everyone did, but I think the people he was closest to, I think his receiving core probably did. I don't know really how close he was to Bruce Arians. I think the media portrays two different stories, but I don't know if he knew as much. I think he probably had a feeling, but I think his receiving core and I think a lot of like his guys on the offensive side, I bet they knew.
I think Gronk definitely knew.
Well, yeah, because my thing is that they don't really have a succession plan.
Blaine Gabbert.
You have Blaine Gabbert and Kyle Trask.
No, they'll trade for like Jimmy G or something. They'll trade.
So I guess that
honestly, I think there's a lot of guys. Yeah,
I was about to say, so that kind of opens up a can of worms. Is that maybe somewhere that Aaron goes?
Good.
Never know.
Is that
somewhere where Jimmy G goes?
I could see that too.
Jimmy G says he wants to go to a winner. I'm not sure. I mean,
well, they're a winner because of Brady, but
exactly. And I mean, I don't know how much they're going to retain. I know both the running backs are free agents. Chris Godwin's a free agent, plus coming off the ACL tear, so he won't be ready till October. AB's gone. You're going to probably lose Gronk. OJ Howard's a free agent. Like, there's a lot of pieces that are moving over there in Tampa. You might lose Byron Leftwich. You might lose Todd Bowles. Who knows?
I will counter with that, though, that Jameis Winston not too far ago took them. I think they were like 9-7 or 8-8.
7-9
there, and they were one of the. Oh, they were 7-9. Oh, okay. Well, then my fault. I gave him too many wins, but they were still around 500 teams. Yeah, so
it was a pick monster.
You get some type of comparable guy in there.
Well, hey, Mike.
I don't know.
Well, Mike, how about you just bring the guy you just mentioned? What if you just bring Jameis Winston back because he's a free agent?
He's coming off of ACL too, right? Is he going to be good for week one?
Yeah. He tore it in October, so I would imagine he would. I guess unless there's setbacks, I would imagine he should probably be good for week one.
I'm trying to think of who a good guy. Honestly, I could. I was gonna say Fitzmagic. I always just feel like I could throw Fitzpatrick on any team
he's coming off that hip. I'm surprised he didn't retire.
He's gonna be a commander.
He's gonna be a commander. We'll get to there. We'll get to the Commanders later. We won't touch them yet. But let's get into.
They can draft somebody.
They could always, yes. Mike, do you have any final thoughts before we move on from Brady's retirement?
I just feel like I don't see anybody else sad. Everybody seems pretty happy he's gone in this group.
But what do you mean? Am I pretty happy, bro? He was like the pain of my existence for like 10 years. We get out of here.
Anyone have
we have Josh Allen to deal with.
Anyone have favorite moments to?
Favorite Tom Brady moment?
Any favorite Tom Brady moments they want to share?
Probably when the Jets beat him in the playoffs.
Mine's either the 28-3 or when Edelman yells at him and says you're too old for this. Either one of those two moments for me.
Kind of like Noah's. My favorite was when the Dolphins were part of the Patriots Brady run ending in 2019.
Because that's what did it. That was it.
That's what did it.
It was all Dolphins, man. Nothing else.
Because of
all them.
Because of the tanking Dolphins.
Not
tanking Dolphins.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It wasn't anything else.
Ian, any memories for you?
Well, actually, I have also been a lifelong Brady fan, but I don't have the persona of Brady fandom that Mike Samuelson has. So I kind of allow myself to take a back seat here on this show and let Mike Samuelson carry the mantle because he holds such a strong presence online and everything. It's very much a marquee part of who he is. So I feel bad for Mike Samuelson. I do. This is tough. I mean, we're the old guys on here. So, like,
I've never watched it. Yeah, all my life, Brady's been in the league.
We are the old guys here. My first memory of an NFL game was that 2003 Super Bowl when the Patriots beat Carolina. Like, he has been a fixture of my existence forever. He made his first Super Bowl when I was 3. I am 23. He's been.
He won one last year.
The entire time. He won one a year ago. Like, it's absolutely incredible. There's nothing else like it. As far as favorite Tom Brady memory, I will say, so Mike knows in my family we have the little playoff pick'em pool where we pull teams out of a hat. You get one per conference, and then you compete. We have a contest. So in 2007, I got the Patriots, and the Patriots went to the Super Bowl, and they played the Giants, obviously. And I was stoked that, I had the Patriots that year, and I got the little the plain white T-shirt that you get at Walmart. You iron on the pictures and stuff like that to like make the T-shirt, right? I'm in elementary school, whatever. So stoked about the Patriots in the Super Bowl and them like going undefeated and everything. So they lose, and I'm at my grandparents' house, and they have a desk in one of their back rooms, and I'm under the desk in the fetal position, just bawling my eyes out because the Patriots lost the Super Bowl.
Good move.
And it was, and my parents, and it's crazy because that was what, 2007. So the Bears were there the year before. I remember the Hester kick return. I don't remember the Bears. Like I had no emotional reaction to the Bears losing the Super Bowl, but like Tom Brady was so cool. And he was rocking the luscious locks back then. And they just had that crazy season with that offense. He threw for like 1 billion yards and 50 touchdowns. And they were pulling his games off of CBS because they were like 60-0 in the third.
Literally was just going to say that. Just going to say that. Yep.
The arc of his career and how he had 3 different careers in one career. And he looked distinctly different in 3 different decades and all of the decades that he played in, but still produced.
He looked better at 44 than he looked at like 25.
The fact that he was faster and more athletic he threw for more touchdowns in his 40s than in his 20s. Like unbelievable.
Insane.
One of one. So, and he juked Brian Urlacher that one time. So that was pretty cool.
And his wife is a smoke. Like just a class act athlete. It's
going
crazy.
from pick
and deflated footballs.
That
all right,
too.
Dude.
All right. But yeah, going from pick 199 to the Hall of Fame to the best to ever do it. Congrats, Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, I know he's listening right now. Woohoo.
Thanks, Tom.
No.
Dude, what if he was joining us right now? He's joining us right now. He's joining us right now.
No, screw Tom. No. He beat my team too much. No.
Speaking of that, did we all see Tom Brady's Instagram story that was like maybe like 8,000 slides long?
Watched all of it.
No.
I took time in the sauna and watched all of it because that's what I owe him that. I owe him that.
Looking at all of the stories. Can we agree if he wasn't married, he'd still be playing?
Yes.
Okay.
Where did his diet thing come from? Did he get that from her?
He must have because he changed something. Changed.
This was a theory I had. I don't know if this is accurate, but like she's like a model and like into that type of stuff. I would assume for maintaining her body and stuff like that. Like he would have had to have changed his lifestyle after meeting her. I would think.
It would make sense.
We could argue that if he didn't get married, he wouldn't have played as long.
That's
my theory is accurate.
True.
Okay.
I could be total. Like he could have just done.
That's a drive, dude. Because then you gotta, dude.
Or maybe it's
you gotta keep winning.
Maybe it's his trainer. I don't know.
It does look like it looks like the trainer is being credited a lot when I'm looking up TB12 right now.
Dude, just think about it. Like, if he didn't have her, he could be married to like Mahomes' wife, and she's the worst person I think on earth. So
yeah, you don't want to be there.
Like, you don't want to be that. So
no, that's true.
The worst duo of fandom in the NFL, I think.
I mean, what other ones are there?
That's what I mean. They're one of one.
One of one.
That's a perfect segue. Let's just get into it. The Chiefs and Bengals game on Sunday this past week.
What a choke fest.
Bengals are going to the AFC champion the AFC champion. They are the AFC champions. There we go.
Dolphins missed on Joe Burrow and he's trying to disrespect him like that. That's crazy.
No kidding. No kidding. That's
the Dolphins.
We're not there.
This game was like a tale of two halves, though. That's for sure.
It really was.
I can't even remember what happened. Honestly, it feels like a decade ago.
It did.
Well, first off, QBR Patrick Mahomes in the first half, I believe, had a 149 QBR, which I think is a perfect QBR. In the second half, he had a 0.
So, like, I'm on the same page here. We me and him on the same wavelengths here.
I just feel like we should have started off that I was the only one that called Bengals +7.
Okay. I had Bengals +7 in my other thing. So, I mean,
I just feel like it should have been known.
Gambling corner from last.
I was the one who had Niners +2.5. I mean, what do you want?
That's true.
That's
true. That's true. I'm just 7 and 3 are different numbers.
Hey, gambling corner for last week. Noah 3-1. Me and Mike both 2-2, and Cody 1-3.
I was just happy about the Bengals thing. I don't know the rest, but that's all. It was a great game.
The play of the game was at the end of the first half. They got a little too greedy. They should have just took their points, but
I will say again, because I did voice it last week on the pod. That's why you don't change the overtime rules. Get a defensive stop and you're fine.
I still think you should change it.
Shout out.
It has not changed one game does not change my opinion.
His tweets after the game were hilarious.
Yeah, and then he was talking shit beforehand. He's been talking shit all year, and
he's gonna get destroyed by Cooper Kupp in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he got cooked. He got cooked a couple times, but he made that play.
It was the play of the game. It was the play of the game.
Play.
Mm-hmm. Definitely the play of the game. So, I mean, I still don't like the shit talking because he did get burned. So, and respect the game. Like, come on, let's be respectable here. Come on, let's go.
That's not fun.
Like, if you're gonna say it to his face, but say it to his face, not on Twitter. Like, come on, what are we doing? Why do we go to Twitter to do it?
I just love that the villains, Tyreek Hill throws peace signs to somebody 15 yards ahead of them, and they fucking.
But that's
it makes me so happy.
That's during the game, not after.
I'm just saying the others. I'm saying the other side of it, like as a fan, like watching that team lose, the cocky team who does that, it makes my heart feel so warm and so good. I love it. It
is nice seeing a new team, and 2 new teams actually. It's nice seeing these new teams in the Super Bowl. I know the Rams were in a couple of years ago, but it feels like a completely different team with Jared Goff. Oh, look at that.
Well, now we're just lying, right?
He is not the best corner in the league. Yeah. What? I can name like 50 better, and I can even name 50 corners.
So what we're doing is lying. Nathan is lying. Nathan is Eli's cousin, right? That's where we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. A nice Snoop Dogg thing because he's going to be at the halftime. It's a nice. Oh, well, no wonder why he's a Bengals fan.
Give him a follow.
Okay, why are we on? Okay, we should not be on
Nathan
Twitter.
does not deserve a follow. Get
out. Yeah, we should not be.
He's supporting his boys. Come on, now it's the first time in the Super Bowl in a gazillion years.
Yeah, but he's lying.
Yeah, but don't lie. Yeah, don't lie to the masses.
He's not lying. He's biased.
That's the same thing.
He's a liar. He sits on a throne.
Best in the league, and this guy put best in the league. How about that, Ian? I can name 10 better players on the Bengals.
On. It's not best in the league. Please reread that. It's not best in the league.
Oh, he spelled it wrong.
And that's why Eli Apple said it was right.
Why is the G all the way over there? Why is that on the other side of the word?
He plays in a different lieuge. He plays
like okay. This is all we need. This is all we need to know. They don't know how to spell league. Is that a goat emoji?
Yes, it is.
You're telling me Eli Apple, who's like cut by the Giants.
I'm ready to change the name of that to the Brady. Actually, where do I have to sign up? Like make one of those change.orgs to make the goat emoji known as the Brady emoji.
You could. Okay, but I've seen enough of Eli Apple. I don't give a shit about him. I care about Joe Burrow. He had a great game. Congratulations to the Bengals. I'm happy for the Bengals. I'm happy.
That receiving core is so good.
You know what the Bengals gives me? It gives me a false hope, or just hope that maybe my team, who's been down in the dumps for so long, can just change everything in 2 years. It gives teams like the Jets and all the other terrible teams hope. That's what the Bengals do, and I appreciate that.
T. Higgins is a stud.
Yeah,
I know Jamar Chase gets a lot of the ship for that, but he is a stud.
Mm-hmm. I mean, when Jamar Chase is getting double teamed, T. Higgins had to step up, and he did.
So since they did, I just saw that right there as that last tweet. Let's have a nice little embrace debate. Patrick Mahomes are we still saying he's the best in the league?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not close to Brady going.
Best walked out the door. So
yeah, so we gotta give it to somebody else. And Aaron Rodgers can't win a game in the playoffs, so we gotta give it to Mahomes.
Okay.
Throw with 4 straight AFC championships, 3, 4.
All right, so then follow up. Are they still the team then the next dynasty?
They're not even.
They're not even a dynasty. You gotta win more than one.
Yeah.
A dynasty is not just one.
That word, to be honest. Mm-hmm.
So no, they're not the next dynasty because they're not even a dynasty.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna.
Could have been, but got him in the big.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather take Josh Allen over Mahomes today.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought someone was gonna say.
I would. I mean, if you think about who Mahomes has, dude, like I don't know. I'm taking. I would.
You can't fault the quarterback for having good weapons.
I know, but I'm just saying if you put anybody else, if you put Josh Allen on that team, I think you get the same kind of results. I think you possibly get even better stats. I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
Well, Josh Allen's better on the run. You get a better run option with them. I mean, sure, you can say. I mean, I feel like Josh Allen and Mahomes are 1 and 2.
I mean,
for the young ones, like for the up and coming quarterbacks. In the league.
Mike, to your point a little bit. I mean, Alex Smith had success with that KC offense.
Yeah, like we've
Alex
seen
Smith
this
is good.
Before.
Whoa,
we've seen
it
downfall.
I know, but I'm not Alex Smith. Obviously, we're not saying is
he didn't go anywhere.
Elite. That's
he's good, but he didn't go nowhere.
He made the playoffs like every year he was there with KC.
You get bounced in the first round. Congratulations, whoopty fucking.
We have now seen a trend where it seems like Mahomes either tries to get too cute, tries to make too big of a play in numerous important games, and loses, and we just stay because the talent is so good. We just kind of brush it off. I think honestly, just in terms of talent, if you're going to ask me to pick a guy, I think I'd probably pick Josh Allen.
Then I'm not arguing. I mean, it's 1 and 2. Yeah, I mean, you're arguing between two of the best quarterbacks in the league. So, personally, I'd take Mahomes.
In 2 years.
Could, but we got to see him make the playoffs first.
Yeah, that's true. They should have been in. It sucks. It sucks we didn't see him in. He's so good. He needs to be.
And then there's still a quarterback in Baltimore. There's still a quarterback in Baltimore. I think is as a top candidate too.
We didn't mention that Tom Brady did say he's next. And if we follow the route
Brady knows it best.
Bryant did. Kobe called Giannis the next one up.
I think we should not forget about the guy in Baltimore. I don't think we should forget about him.
We can't forget Joe Burrow now. The guy doesn't lose games. He doesn't lose important games. Like
no, he doesn't.
He just. I mean, the Bears beat him, which is crazy because the Bears obviously should be in the Super Bowl.
Mike White beat him. But who said that? Who said what? What was that? Who said that? What was that? I couldn't hear that. Who beat him? Mike fucking White beat him. Go on.
So they should also. It should be the Bears and the Jets, to be honest, based on all this logic.
Give the people what they want.
Jets would win. Jets would win.
They definitely would not, but it's fine.
Jets would win.
Would Jets and Bears be the lowest watched Super Bowl of all time since the invention of it?
No, dude. The football could throw like dog shit on the screen. People would watch it. Like,
that's
get out
true.
Of here.
People will tune for the NFL.
People will tune in. Come on.
If it's Bears, Jets, and Neil Young is the halftime show. You still think they're getting? I don't know if they're getting any viewers.
All those old white people? Are you kidding me? Like
Mike, like I said,
Mike,
like I said before, you can throw dog shit on the screen and they'll still watch it.
The old white people are going against the NFL. They don't watch it anymore, or
you could throw dog shit on the screen.
They're liars. They're liars. Believe me, I know a few.
Yeah, they're liars.
You could throw dog shit
on
the screen.
They say that, and then I happen to know all the wins and who played, and I'm like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense.
They got to check their fantasy stats, like who did what, which of my fantasy team.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I thought you were boycotting this, but okay.
It's like, yeah, but I was checking my fantasy team. I just had to check the stats.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, man.
All right, we don't have to do this today. We don't have to do this right now. I'll throw it up there. We can see if we want to do it.
Oh God.
QB tier list?
Hell no.
Give me it after Super Bowl. The first week after, I'll do it. I'll do a tier list. Give me some time to
Tua, turn the ball over out of there. Get
Tua, and I'm not joking. Tua might
get him out of there. What are we doing? Nah, man. I'm boycotting.
Dude, no. Look at Ziggy's actually in the top right corner. Clown for this tier list.
No, that's John Wayne Gacy, actually.
Yeah, maybe not that guy. I was talking about the clown makeup part. Okay, maybe not him, because that guy's not a good guy.
Comparing anybody to John Wayne Gacy.
That's a big accusation being thrown out there.
I meant I prefaced the clown part.
Right, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah, we can. Let's do that.
Right. I got dinner. That's fine. That sounds like a better one.
I agree. Let's do it after the Super Bowl. All right, let's move on then. Niners Rams.
Another game that I kind of forgot about.
The 49ers won the game, didn't they? Or no, the Rams did. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Were the 49ers winning for a lot of it? Was it a comeback?
But it's Kyle Shanahan. You know, he loves to blow his leads.
I definitely took a nap through the first 2 quarters.
So, okay. I just want to
put a lot of energy into the first game.
I just want to get I'm curious here. What did you guys think of the? I was having the conversation with our Niners friend Griffin Springer.
I hope it stung. That's all I have to say. Continue.
I'm sure it stung.
That interception at the end was like definitely like he should not have thrown that ball, right, when he was getting sacked.
I don't think that play has to really do with. I mean, they shouldn't even be in that position.
Well, that's one.
Yes.
I
personally think I can't remember.
I'm trying to find the play.
He's like getting tackled, and he just threw the. You know what Kyler Murray did? He was getting tackled.
Because if you have timeouts left, then you can take the sack.
I think they did have timeouts.
Yeah, I thought they had one.
They had at least two.
Oh,
they had, I gotta see the down and distance. The time.
Right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah,
we are going back. We're going back to Sunday. Put me in my
chair watching the game.
We are back to Sunday here.
Do you have a different angle of the field?
Yeah, we got an exclusive
angle.
Minute
left.
They have a timeout.
Third and 13.
Oh, it's third and third.
But it's four down territory anyway.
Yeah, nah, I don't. Dude, it's just a blown up play. They shouldn't be in that position.
I suppose he doesn't want to take the sack, so it's not 4th and 20.
Yeah,
4th and 13.
It kind of goes through the guy's hands.
You got to make that decision quicker, though.
Yeah, it's. I don't think this play. I think this play. I don't view this as the play of the game.
I'm not saying it's the play of the game. It was a discussion I was having with Griffin because he was saying it was not Jimmy G's fault.
I don't think it is either.
Jimmy Gabagool is a bozo, and he's
not that. Yeah, he doesn't suck. He's a winner, but he's not the reason why you win. Jimmy G's the reason why you lose. He's never the reason why you win.
Yeah.
So now it's Trey Lance's turn.
Now it's Trey Lance's turn. Jimmy G is going to get traded, but honestly, if you're a Niners fan, you're the Niners. Don't keep your head up. No one thought they're going to make it here. Neither is the Bengals.
Speaking from a Jets fan, make sure you keep your head up.
Wow, that seems.
Why are we bringing up the Jets? I don't understand. Why does anything happens, like Tom Brady retired, the Jets?
No,
what does this have to do anything with the New York Jets?
I'm saying, why is a fan of a losing franchise giving advice?
Okay, my bad.
That's all I'm asking. This is questions.
Just leave the call, Noah. Just leave the call, Noah.
I'm done. No, go ahead. Somebody else can go. No, somebody else can go. I was gonna, talk about the Niners because I thought I had them 12-5. I thought it was gonna be a great team. I like the Niners. I'm a fan, but no, go ahead.
Just giving people some grief.
I'm not.
Poor
even
Debo.
sure. Yeah,
but he's so good. He'll be all right.
He's correct.
I don't have good players on my team, so I can't speak about Debo. So.
All right,
I can't talk about good players. So I will not be. I will not be speaking on this.
He's legit creating a new position, the wide back. I mean, the man literally is a 50-50. Literally.
That sounds like some weird name for a position in a playbook. Like you're lining up at the Debo.
How do you even guard? Like, how do you even defend that? Like, it's just there's no one else like him.
No, I don't know. I'm still caught off guard. I'm caught off guard by Mike's attack on Noah.
I just wanted to give him some shit. That's all. That's it. I don't mean nothing by it. I don't care. I like Zach Wilson. I like your team. It's just funny. That's all. That's it.
Funny,
I thought it was
kind
of inspiring that Noah, a Jets fan, was telling other teams to keep their heads up. Because if Noah has the ability to persevere and keep his head up through all of the hard times, like
that's kind of
the Niners will always be good.
It's beautiful.
The Steelers will always be good.
They lost their GM, didn't they?
Yeah.
You hired the wrong guy.
Steelers.
You never know.
They'll always be.
He's not gone yet.
You got Mike Tomlin. You're gonna be good. You're fine. All right.
Dude, what if the new GM comes in and he's like, I don't want Mike Tomlin.
Oh, then it's because of racist probably. But
that another
teaser.
Issue in the league. The teaser. What's next, folks?
But
what's next on the list?
Couldn't be my team. Hired the first black.
Couldn't be my team either.
Couldn't
be my team.
Continue.
My team's in the scandal.
Yeah.
Rams though. Congrats to Matt Stafford. I'm excited for him.
I saw a meme that said that Matt Stafford playing in the Super Bowl and Eminem performing at halftime of the Super Bowl is the closest thing Detroit will ever get to being in a Super Bowl. So, like, congrats, Lions fans, you made it.
Yeah,
all that.
I will say it does. On the very few Lions fans that pop up on my Twitter, it does seem like most. I know it's crazy.
Man.
It does seem that most of Detroit is happy. They're not bitter.
Be. They damn near ruined that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God we got him out of there when we did. Holy shit.
Yeah. And who would have
Shout
thought
out
that
the my bad, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now that like everyone's retiring, like he's like the old guy now at like 32. I think he's one of the Yeah, I think Stafford's like one of the oldest starting QBs now.
Shout out the backup tight end for the Rams coming in after Higbee went down. He was balling.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know his name, but he came in. I think
OBJ.
catches for like
I'm
60 yards.
for
OBJ was balling too.
I'm so happy for
get his name, Mike.
Got him out of Cleveland.
I'm pulling it up.
Is it Skoranovich or whatever?
It is.
Tell me it was the guy that went to Northwestern, please. Need it.
Mike, I agree with you. You were saying you want Rams win for OBJ. I'm with that, man. It's this Super Bowl. I don't really care who wins because if the Bengals win, Burrow gets his ring. Good for him. And if the Rams win, Stafford and OBJ get their. I just want a good game. That's all I want for that.
Kendall Blattman. Blatton. He went to Missouri.
I would have known the name. The guy that went to Northwestern plays on the Rams. I didn't know if he was a wide receiver or tight end. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exciting. Bladden went 5 receptions, 57 yards. Odell, 9 receptions, 113. And, of course, the boy, Cooper Kupp, 11 receptions, 142 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ian added to the list.
Oh, it's been on there for a while.
Okay.
That was one of the default ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. Perfect. Okay.
What's the list?
Every time Mike says someone is his guy or his boy or his dude, I write them down.
Okay.
Who's gonna do that now that you're? Oh, we're not gonna mention it yet. That's at the end of the podcast.
You
just did
a couple times. I mean,
no, it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. We haven't mentioned it.
They
probably no, it's fine. They probably didn't even read it anyway, so it's fine.
What list?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. We're fine.
I just hope that it's a good game. Do we have any early picks? Any a couple weeks out where we're leaning on this? Who we think might win the game?
I don't have a
hand up
pick.
here. Can I? I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna.
No,
go back.
I was gonna say no. You can't.
No,
you don't have a good franchise either. So you can't.
Yeah, 3 no's.
I'm just
you're on thin ice.
You can't talk. You can't talk. No, I can't talk.
You're on thin ice.
You can't talk.
No,
our most recent Super Bowl appearance and playoff appearance. That's not Mike Samuelson, so I'm good.
I can't talk.
I was just gonna. I was just gonna say, again, Bengals are still one of my hate teams, but again, I want to just state it was kind of more. I think it was more kind of towards the fans, the fake fans that I was getting mad at. I'm happy
fans
for
are
the
good
Bengals.
For business.
I get it. I just didn't like it. It was kind of irritating me, kind of like the Dolphins fan base, which we'll get into in a second.
Oh,
because Mike was in the Twitter Spaces with me. Quite comical, wasn't it?
I can't believe that even exists. I can't believe it exists.
Anyways, hold on. Let's just. I do think it's going to be a really good game. I'm excited to see it. Right now, early prediction, I'm going to say probably Rams.
Yeah,
would be my early pick.
Yeah, I got a bold pick.
Okay.
I'll go the Rams
tie?
winning. No, yeah, tie. I think the MVP will be Aaron Donald of the defense because the Bengals O-line's Kaka-Dutu.
I think the Rams are going to tear him apart.
It's just gonna be like last year's playoff. Remember last year's Super Bowl? Mahomes was running like a chicken with his head cut off. I'm afraid that might happen to Burrow. I think Aaron Donald's gonna eat. And his odds. I looked his odds. It's 22-1. It looks good to me. I think I might put a $10 bet on it. Also 22-1.
Let me just go back to the Bengals real fast.
Because Von Miller won in Super Bowl 50, and I think Aaron Donald will do it.
Shout out to the boy Evan McPherson.
He might win MVP.
Man is legit fire. He doesn't miss. He's about to break Adam Vinatieri's playoff record in his rookie year. McPherson, one of the best.
He's can't believe Brian Flores ruined the tank so you couldn't draft McPherson first overall. That's crazy.
No kidding.
If it wasn't for McPherson,
they would not be here.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Because what has he made? every round, right? So far, he's got the game-winning kick.
Every game, against the Raiders, the Titans, and Chiefs.
Insane, and none of them have been easy kicks.
Nope. Well, the Chiefs one was
The
like a 20, 30-yarder.
Also, speaking of the Chiefs, too, could we just? I'm remembering more from that game. Patrick Mahomes taking like that 20-yard sack on that last play before they had to settle for the field goal to go into OT.
Trying to do too much.
He does try to do too much.
But
he's always looking for the home run play when you should do look at the play at first and then go to your check down. So you can't just keep looking for your home run play.
Anyways, Mike, go ahead to your early prediction.
I like the Bengals.
Okay.
Joe Burrow does not lose big games, and I can't. It's early on. I have subject to change for next week, but
there's a lot that can happen.
Yeah, I will say this
games.
one.
Oh my god!
I will definitely say this will be a loose picking here. We won't go.
I would not. Usually, I want this team to win on the Super Bowl. I don't care who. I just want a good game.
Very loose answerings on this one. Ian,
but if I pick Aaron Donald as my MVP, I'm gonna want the Rams to win.
Ian, I will say we were very wrong on our Joe Burrow assumption.
I don't think that was an out-of-pocket take. I think we both said that he's really good, but he seems too perfect, so proceed with caution.
Yes.
It seemed like he was too good to be true.
Now we were really wrong on Justin Herbert. That one we were wrong.
What about the other quarterback? Wait, hold on. There's a third one you guys are forgetting.
On Justin Herbert. That's crazy.
There's another one you're forgetting.
That's so wild.
What about the third one?
I just remembered
Fine,
that.
we'll just go to it. We'll go to it.
What about the third quarterback?
No, we're gonna go to it now. Brian Flores versus the league. Brian Flores.
Can you get like the Judge Judy sound? Like
Jesus.
Order in the court. Order in the court, please.
Mid team. Order in the court. Mid.
All right, take recess. Take 15. Take 15.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, Mike, this is all you, man. This is all you.
Because you guys wanted it. Here we go.
What are we pulling out? Oh, the judge. Oh
no! Give me.
It's gonna be so loud. It's gonna be so loud.
No, I want Judge Steve Harvey. Sorry.
All right, court's in session. Court is in session. So yeah.
Who's the plaintiff? Who's the defendant? Like, what are we doing?
So Brian Flores just filed a class action lawsuit against the NFL, the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, and the Miami Dolphins. Which one do we want to go to first, guys?
Dolphins. That's the team he was on. So
yeah.
Start at the beginning.
Yeah. Take us back, Mike. Take us back.
Well, technically the beginning would be Denver, but we can go to Dolphins first. So for anyone that's listening that doesn't know what's going on, Brian Flores is suing because he is alleging there is some tampering, there was some tanking going on, some racial issues going on. There was a lot going on, and so he's bringing this to light. So in Miami, when he got hired back in 2019, during his first few days, owner Stephen Ross pulled him aside and told him, "Hey, man, we're not looking to win this year. We're looking for straight L's. We want alleged. We don't know for sure. It's alleged that Stephen Ross said he wants 16 straight losses because he wants the number one pick. But I just want to point this out here. When this was happening, who did Stephen Ross want? Tua. That's who Stephen Ross wanted at that point when he wanted to tank. And then Joe Burrow showed up, and then it went haywire. So Stephen Ross was allegedly...
Can I provide some context, though?
Sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Going into that college season, the season that Joe Burrow had the year before, he was not a projected first-round quarterback.
Correct, yes.
So that would have changed.
And Tua was coming off his best year.
Tua just won the national title, so that's why that happened. All right, keep going.
So Stephen Ross allegedly offered him $100,000 for every game that he lost in that 2019 season. So if you go 0-16, he's going to get $1.6 million. On the interviews that Brian Flores had this morning on ESPN and CBS, He was mentioning that, Stephen Ross was saying, maybe go take some vacation during game week. Go get a vacation with your family. Jesus, like every time I keep reading more into it, it's just like Jesus. So then that happened. He refused to tank. And then towards the end of the year, after they had won 5 games and were not the number 1 pick, Stephen Ross was already at that point a little upset, not too thrilled.
Like, come on, man.
So then we get into that offseason. At that point, they already know they have the number 5 pick in the draft. They then, so then free agency slowly approaching, and one unnamed quarterback, prominent quarterback, we don't know who. I'm going to say, though, I think we all know it's going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady scheduled to be a free agent. Stephen Ross, again, doesn't care. He missed out on Joe Burrow, so now he needs the next best thing, Tom Brady. Tom Brady was actually, hold on, before I get to that part. So Stephen Ross had scheduled a meeting with Brian Flores on his yacht that he has. A billionaire nice thing, a yacht. And when Brian Flores showed up, he let him know that a certain quarterback would be arriving to this yacht to meet with them about potentially joining the team in 2020. Brian Flores says, "I'm not illegally tampering," and walked away and left the yacht. Piecing everything together, obviously, yes, Tom Brady. Tom Brady did actually want to come to Miami. Giselle wanted to be in Miami. And that's why if you watch the little clip of him on his little interview thing, the barbershop, when he's saying you're sticking with that guy, that would be the Dolphins saying they're sticking with Ryan Fitzpatrick over Tom Brady. Great decision there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
We all agree one is much better than the other, and we all know the much better one is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
it's that mentality that, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One can solve a Rubik's Cube in like 30 seconds. So
one was out in the Buffalo crowd shirtless this year.
Wait, what? Who could do that?
One has a way better beard. One has a way better beard.
Wait. Fitzpatrick can do a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds?
Yeah, like he does puzzles really quick. He's like,
okay. He's also, doesn't he have like a lot of kids?
That's Phillip Rivers.
How that's relevant, but sure.
Well,
Phillip Rivers has a bunch.
Yeah, he can throw down. He can throw down, is what he's saying.
Okay, all right. Does he kiss him?
Well, no, because he's not a winner. No, that's what it takes to win. I tried telling you guys earlier in the week.
So that's where,
yes,
that's the difference.
Yes.
So then the past 2 seasons happened.
I'll let Zach Wilson know.
Brian Flores, 2 consecutive winning seasons with the Dolphins, did not make the playoffs, but 2 winning seasons. First time the Dolphins have had that since 2003. And then he was fired because he was deemed non-workable, and he was bad with the staff and the players.
He won too much too. Way too much winning.
And won too much in 2019. So that was it. That's it for the Dolphins part. Which, while it is pretty big, it was not the massive thing coming. It was not the big overarching reason over this class action suit.
One could argue that it is, but
but
because again,
there's like 45 pages
as mentioned earlier, there are some Caucasian coaches that have been retained doing a lot worse than Brian Flores did. He got fired. Just saying,
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why like 45 pages of the lawsuit are up against race, and then like the very
which is an obvious problem in the NFL.
All right, so then we get to the Broncos. We'll go backwards. So also in 2019, before he got hired by the Dolphins, he had an interview scheduled with the Denver Broncos. Brian Flores had showed up to the interview, and he alleges that when he showed up, the brass of the Denver Broncos was not there. He said they showed up an hour late, and he said it was very clear that they were out late the night before. Pretty much already insinuating that they did not have any intentions to hiring him. They already knew who they were going with, and were just fulfilling the Rooney Rule. For anyone that doesn't know, NFL since 2003 requires every team to interview a minority candidate for any open GM, head coach, and assistant coach job that they have on a team.
But you know what's sad about that rule? Well, no, what happened?
Well, yes. So then you implement the draft picks.
No, at the time when the rule was made, there was 5 black NFL coaches. With the rule, we're down to 1.
Yeah.
So can I step in on this one real quick?
Yeah. This is an open discussion.
Okay. I have an issue with the Denver thing because
this
is a professional organization. I don't buy that they're coming in an hour late smelling like alcohol and it's 60-year-old adults. I don't buy it. I don't buy that they're coming in reeking like 20-year-old college kids. I don't buy it.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he alleges in the Ian. Did you read? I don't know how much you read of it.
I thought they said something that was like seem like they went out, right?
I don't know how to read, so I didn't read it.
Ian, did they say in there?
Did he drunk or something? Maybe I read the wrong.
What was the thing with the alcohol? Did he say that they reeked of alcohol?
What Samuelson saying is what's in there.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. So I read. Okay. So
those are the allegations.
I don't buy that.
Okay.
Yes, I don't. That part I'm a little shaky on because you're a professional organization. There's only 32 teams. Like that's some boys club shit in like college, right?
Yeah, that's a
and secondly,
move.
Like
if there was a boys club in professional business, it would be all of the white NFL owners and brass NFL.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, but allegations, allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. So
allegations.
That side of it, and secondly, like. I don't know. Like, I don't. The fact that they they already had their mind made up, like, sounds a little bitter to me. But I don't know. Like, maybe
we know another franchise who definitely didn't have their mind made up.
So, all right. So, let me continue on with the suit. So then we get
just
to this year
with that.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So we get to this year. Brian Flores is a free agent head coach after he got fired from the Dolphins job. After he got fired there. So he's going out for interviews. He is scheduled to go interview with the New York Giants, who also had a free agency or open spot for head coach. Then 2 days prior to his interview, I'm going to throw it up on the screen now. He received these text messages from his former coworker, former boss, Bill Belichick.
Mm-hmm.
Bill basically saying, congrats. I'm hearing you're going back. I hear the Giants are going to hire you. Brian Flores obviously very confused by this because he had not even interviewed yet, but he was excited to hear that he might have a shot. Then he followed up to Bill and asked him are you texting Brian Dable or Brian Flores? And that it was when Bill realized he messed up. Maybe not. I don't know if he really did. Conspiracy theory, that's where you can start there.
Well, shout out to Bill for signing his name on the last text. Why did he have to put BB? Sign. You know, right, so you know he's talking to. Like, what is this,
Mike? Mike, you can go ahead and start this one off right here. Before we could even continue on with the text messages, do you think this was intentional, or do you think Bill he did this accidentally?
Bill has 2 Brians on his computer that the Husky was on. I think he was on his MacBook. Has 2 Brians.
The Husky.
And sent.
The Husky was on.
He scooted the Husky over and sent 2 texts on his MacBook. Then realized it and thought it was an email responding back, but it was really a text. That's why he has the signature BB at the bottom. He didn't know to open that. He wasn't on his mail app on his MacBook, and he was on.
Yeah, messages. Why? Yeah, that's not like.
As a foolproof. BB. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
So now, if you are thinking of it logically, Brian Flores, Brian Dable, if that's what they are, that's their name in his phone, they would be right next to each other. So I guess it could definitely happen accidentally, where he could have just clicked the wrong Brian.
That's what he's old. He doesn't know how to use technology.
He definitely said he double checked, right? Oh, I double checked and I misread the text.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a great look for the Giants.
To be fair, he said, I think they are naming. So
this sounds like you have landed.
Yeah, I'm not, guys. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying.
How did Belichick know? What does Belichick have to do with anything of this?
So actually, hold on. And I want to follow this up too. What is Bill doing texting 3 exclamation points and question marks up in that?
Yeah, is this like what? Was he trying to be hip?
Guys,
he's hip. Like, yeah.
He's hip with lingo. He just doesn't know how to use the
Imagine if somebody emoji. What if I just put like a thumbs up emoji or like some emojis in there?
The laughing emoji on thanks, Bill. Like he just puts a laugh emote on it.
yeah. Bill Belichick has laughed at your message.
He sends a gif of the Homer going into the bushes.
All right, we shouldn't laugh about this one. So let's finish the story.
Bill Belichick's such an old dude. Right. That's the thing.
So,
he's old.
All right, so to finish up the story though. So this text gets sent to Brian Flores 2 days before he even interviews. Bill Belichick pretty much already confirms that the Bills and Giants have talked and they're going to hire Brian Daboll before they even interview Brian Flores. Basically what it means is that they were just bringing in Brian Flores to fulfill the Rooney Rule and didn't even care to really interview him. They just were there to do the requirements before they got punished. And that's pretty much it for the suit. I know Hugh Jackson has now entered the fray, as it is a class action, so more people can join in on this. Hugh Jackson claims that he was offered money to lose in Cleveland, and as many have insinuated, that man's probably then a billionaire at this rate. But yeah, so I guess we can open the floor here. What do we
draft lottery? Draft lottery. That's what I think.
Well, okay. Let's tackle one thing at a time. Let's tackle the Dolphins thing first. Let's go ahead there. Okay. I definitely do think we're going to probably lean towards a draft lottery.
Yeah, that seems like that's the.
I'm going to guess that's what's going to probably come from that.
Solve the tampering or the tanking part of the problem.
And I honestly don't think there's anything you can really do to solve the tampering issue.
Yeah.
Because logistically, I really.
How did the Dolphins tamper again? Well, Brady, what did they do?
Ross
was it during the season? Like, what is it?
It was before free agency started. Okay. Ross had invited him to a yacht that he was supposed to meet with Flores, but Flores dipped before it even happened.
Okay.
Really though, you can't really stop it. Let's say like Marlon Mack right now, because he's a free agent in Indy.
Because someone's going to tamper for him.
Well, no. I'm giving an example because I'm just thinking of Matt Eberflus.
Okay.
I'm just like, if Mack and Eberflus are texting, and Eberflus is like, hey, Chicago would be pretty dope if you come here. Like stuff like that. Like, I don't think you can really put an end to that, especially if they are friends.
Yeah, you get it's all just trust at that point with the tampering rule.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of hard where you can't really the tampering one. It's hard to police. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like that. If someone calls you out, yeah, but otherwise, I don't really know how much you can put a stop to that. As for the tanking thing, well, Mike, should we talk about the Twitter space we were in last night?
Apparently somebody was crying while I was at work listening to this Twitter space. Yes, and I just missed out on that.
Yeah, so Mike was in there for a bit, had left to go listen to some music, and literally right when he left, someone was legitimately crying on the Twitter space because they were so distraught with the franchise and Stephen Ross. Very all-time moment. I was laughing hysterically at this dude
I have a question
on the Twitter space. Yes.
Okay, I have a question. So, when does he have to sell this team? Because it's inevitable, right? Like, no one's going to want to play for this guy. No one's going to be a free agent come here. So, do they have to wait for this lawsuit to go out and then he has to sell the team? Public opinion is already there, right?
So that's the tricky thing. Obviously, if they really can't prove this, then nothing's going to come from it. It's money. Money's going to win this, and Stephen Ross has that, so he'll win that battle. But on both of the interviews that he was on this morning, Flores says that he has witnesses and corroborating evidence to go with this. So, if he's got, I don't think you make these claims if you don't have substantial proof.
Because he's sacrificing his career for this. So he has evidence.
So I'm gonna assume he's got evidence of this. Obviously interesting of the NFL's part to come out right off the bat and just say, all these claims are without merit.
2 hours after.
Yeah, very quickly after. Which obviously I'm going to assume they probably had it before it got to the public eye, but maybe not if they didn't and they had it for 2 hours and quickly denied everything. Yeah. But yeah, no, Mike, back to your thing though. Yeah, I mean, if they got the evidence, 100% he's got to sell the team. They did
I just don't understand like how the free agents don't come, like.
Yeah, you don't want to play for an owner that wants to lose. Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
It's tough. Yeah, I know. I do agree there. It goes though to the point where everyone. It's like, Mike, I know you heard some people. I don't know if you were in there when some people were actually defending Ross, and they're like, "Well, it shows that he was trying to put the best team on the field." I guess it depends on how people look at it. I don't think the same way.
You play to win.
Yeah, I don't think the same way. And I mean, that's what Flores did. That Ross constructed that 2019 roster. Right? We all remember it was
like dog shit, and he got 5 wins, and he got fired for it.
Yeah, it was deemed going into that year the worst roster in NFL history. And honestly, can I just point out how stupid Ross is? Like, if you were trying to tank, if you're trying to tank, why would you bring in Ryan Fitzpatrick? Like, you should just roll with Josh Rosen.
Maybe you didn't want to make it obvious.
Maybe to make it. Yeah, I mean. But again, at the same time, we just saw Daniel Jones sneak it on 3rd and 9. So, like, people could just be dumb,
No, that wasn't Daniel Jones. That was Jake Fromm.
Oh yes.
That was the boy Jake.
So Mike, to your selling point, they did a few years back already approve the succession owner to Ross. So they do already have someone in place. So it wouldn't be like the Denver Broncos who are legit up for bidding war.
Yeah.
So I mean, literally, it would just be
how much is it?
That's a great. Who the Broncos or the Dolphins?
I'll put a bid in.
I'm assuming it's somewhere in the billions.
Yeah, I think it's like $5 billion.
That's easy. We'll take a loan.
But yeah, so I'm assuming, Mike, though, if they say he's got to sell the team, I'm assuming it would be a very quick process because they already have the succession in place.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. They have already approved. This was back in 2016. They approved Bruce Beal Jr.
Perfect.
A New York businessman.
No, I think this is the more important question. How does this affect the coaching search? Because this has got to affect it somehow.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
No,
Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel is still due in on Friday. There was a report out on Monday that gave a whole plan saying that he was with the Dolphins brass all day long.
Now, how much is he going to get to lose? Is he getting the same amount, or is he getting more or less?
I just want to point out here, like, this reporter who's like very credible. He's got a podcast, I believe, with Allen Robinson. He's got a podcast with Allen Robinson. Jordan Schultz. Ian, I don't know if you know who this guy is.
Yeah, well, he's the guy that said that Matt Nagy lost the locker room, and then Allen Robinson met with the media and said that wasn't true. So,
yeah, and he's got.
It's not like this guy.
He's got a podcast with Allen Robinson, which is
funny too. It's not like this guy. Like the one time I've heard of this dude, he lied. So, as credible as he may sound.
On Monday, he had reported that Mike McDaniel had met with the Dolphins all day long, and he had a plan in place how to succeed with the offense and everything. And then Kyle Shanahan met with the media that same day, and he's like, yeah, no, Mike McDaniel hasn't left San Francisco. He's still here. He's not meeting with the Dolphins till later in the week. And the Dolphins confirmed because they were traveling to the Senior Bowl. But yeah, no, everything's planned for later this week. They have Kellen Moore and Mike McDaniel in. It seems like they're going to go with Mike McDaniel. But yeah, I don't think the coaching gets affected by this.
Oh, I was honestly going more broad spectrum. I don't think any of the coaching hires, I don't think anything gets changed. And I kind of have, and I don't know if we were going to get here, either. But I'm kind of 50-50 on if he's going to even have a shot at this case. Because I'm kind of even 50-50 if I believe him. And this is here's on like the other hiring and the Rooney Rule kind of stuff.
All right, so I was about to say, so like again, like we've already stated, you don't make this claim if you don't have evidence. Like, right. You're not doing, like, you are putting everything you have on the line. So I definitely think there is some truth to it. 100% there is an issue though with minority coaches in the league. The fact there's only one, like that's an issue.
Yeah, my problem to me is like I don't know what. My bad, Ian. Go ahead. I was already yapping. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. Go.
I just like. I don't know because it happens in literally every corporate job ever, right? If you already have like, okay, I have a guy that I pretty much know who I'm going to choose, but I have 3 interviews already scheduled. I'm going to do those interviews in case I get blown away by something somewhat that I don't already expect. But I have in my mind what I'm going with. Everyone does that on daily decisions all the time. So that is like the number one key point there is like, because I didn't pick you and I already had my mind made up 2 days before. And you're just saying I interviewed for the Rooney Rule, but no, I interviewed you because that's how the process of all job interviews go. Even if I already have the first interview who I love, and there's still 5 other candidates, like you still can try to see if they're going to get blown away, but your mind's made up.
And I just real fast before Ian cuts in, I do kind of like to what you're saying that like the new GM there with the Giants is Joe Sheehan, who was from the Bills organization. But Ian, go ahead, please.
Well, nepotism is a big problem in the NFL. So there's an example.
Yes.
Also, I think minority jobs in position of leadership all over the place isn't where it probably should be. So maybe the hiring process doesn't work anyway. Also, I just want to take us back to when we talked on this podcast when Brian Flores got fired and we all made fun out of Mike for his teams being total idiots for firing Brian Flores. And now he's probably not going to get a job. Because we all thought it was like really dumb of him, and now we look at it and he's gonna probably be an odd man out, and it's like makes you wonder because it seemed like they were really dumb in making that move back then. Now you look at it looks a little weird. The last thing I want to say on this, it is a class action lawsuit, which means the lawsuit is a representation of a group of people. So Brian Flores' case isn't going to be the only one that's going to get heard, which is interesting. So you got to look at
that's why
there's going to be, like we talked about, Hugh Jackson. There's going to be a bunch of other people thrown in there too. So
and which there's going to be more. His attorney did mention that on the interviews this morning that they said there has been other coaches that have reached out.
Yeah, so
about the racial issues and the tanking.
There's going to be more stuff thrown into it. I would just hope that. Even if it's not so much a matter of him winning or losing, it's just a matter of, okay, here is a laundry list of scenarios where people feel a type of way about how we do things. And maybe if they don't even win the case or whatever that even means in this context, like, I don't know what they're going after, if it's money or if it's, I don't know what it is. But at the very least, if they can all sit back and look at it and be like, all right, can we find a way to go about changing the process, perhaps, then maybe we can make it better. The Bears have done some stuff in the last couple of years in their process that I think are very interesting that I can talk about when we get into to that side of things with like the Bears and stuff. So I think there's some ideas out there that are useful that don't necessarily like rewrite the book on how guys get interviewed for jobs. I don't think it's going to change anything significantly, but just like you need stopgaps in the machine to like, and the nepotism thing is weird too. Like all of these guys know each other. And I know when you're hiring people, you want to go after people you trust, especially in a business like this, where it's results based and there's a lot of money at stake. I understand it. The biggest takeaway I have from all of this is us literally making fun out of Mike. Cause Brian Flores, we all knew Brian Flores was a good coach and he got fired. And now we're sitting here and these jobs are getting filled and it doesn't look like he's going to have one. That's
He did say he said this morning, at least on the interviews, he said that he's still, as far as he knows, he's still a finalist for the Houston and the Saints job.
Right. So it's hard to see him coach when he's suing the league.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine it. And to your point though, with the Dolphins stuff, I mean, the beat writers still in Miami are still holding firm with their stories about Flores not being the best of a human, but that's a different thing.
I would argue, and I said this before at the time, he comes from Mike Samuelson's favorite team where they hold a standard of excellence. And when he goes into another place, and the Bears are guilty of this too with Chris Ballard, with Bruce Arians, you bring in guys that look at your process and they're like, I'll come work for you, but you got to change this. You got to do this differently. You got to do that. And then all of those people get really shy about it and turn those guys away because there's just this bar that's set, and where he came from versus what he was walking into, back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 2003 under his tenure. And he didn't even make the playoffs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Guys get their feathers ruffled. It's a big time, egotistical type of business. So I'm not.
No. The thing with Flores, he was like treating the media poorly.
He doesn't get paid to talk to the media.
Belichick does that. Belichick does that every year.
Yeah. He says like three words. He says three words to them.
He did his job well and got fired. Like, I don't like, it's so dumb.
It's because he didn't lose.
The one thing he was supposed to do was win football games.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree here.
To Ian's point about getting a coach that's like has a set standard, I kind of think that's what's going on with Eric Bieniemy, because I think he goes in and knows, like with Andy Reid, I feel like he has that in his like head, is like, this is what I need to succeed, and I want to change this. And I think a lot of people are worried about that. They see Matt Nagy, and it's like, okay, we want to give you this, but like we've also seen this happen in Chicago, and it didn't work out. Yeah. So I think that is, and it's unfortunately a big issue. But back to just like the whole suit, that's why I'm like torn, right? But it's a class action. There's a lot of people involved. So can I
cut in real fast? Can I cut in?
Yeah.
Because actually, to your point, Mike, actually, that's funny as you say that. That's what the Dolphins are doing right now, though. They're bringing in Mike McDaniel, who doesn't even call the plays in San Francisco, and they're willing to give him a shot. But yet, we don't even have Eric Bieniemy on the interview list. So what's the issue between Mike McDaniel?
It's got to be something, right? There's got to be something we don't know, because there's like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I mean, let's just say it how it is. I get, obviously both guys are different. Dolphins kind of want to fix their run game, and Mike McDaniel is more of a run technician. He's got a great run game, obviously, as we all see in San Francisco. But also Eric Bieniemy has one of the best offenses in like the past, since Mahomes been there. So 4 years, 5 years? Mm-hmm. It's been one of the best offenses in all of football. And you're telling me
they don't even give him an interview.
Candidacy that badly.
What do you I'm sorry. I didn't hear that first part.
I just wonder if Matt Nagy broke his candidacy that badly, because you look at the numbers. Matt Nagy in Chicago, his offenses are it's bad.
And I do think that definitely do think that plays into it. I think people saw this guy was in KC before. He had great success with that offense, and then he went to Chicago.
At the same time, there's one thing Eric Bieniemy and Brian Flores both have in common, and they're not head coaches right now. And it just looked not trying to,
no, and that's what that's what I'm saying. It literally just dawned on me at this very moment. It's like, wait, they're bringing in Mike McDaniel.
Eric Bieniemy might show up in that lawsuit. Never know.
I looked him up right now because I was looking up how many years he's been coaching, and he's pretty. I think he's pretty much. He's pretty much in that, yeah.
Okay, but I want to throw a feeler in here. Do you think guys won't join this lawsuit because they're worried they'll never work again?
Certainly possible.
It's the only stipulation. And then I'm a little worried.
The last guy to stand up to the league like this was Colin Kaepernick, and Colin Kaepernick never played again. So there is a very real possibility that these guys are putting everything at stake.
And I will say, I guess
that's why I think they're telling the truth for that reason too.
Which I think, if Flores gets a job, gets his Texans or the Saints job, maybe that changes things. Maybe they're like, okay, maybe we still do have a shot. But on top of that too, Ian, kind of with your point with Kaepernick, we're seeing this right now with Antonio Brown. Obviously, I know there's a lot of other things with that, but he's suing the league.
Is he suing the Bucs?
I think he's also suing the NFL.
Oh, because that was
I'm starting to think he's gonna come back,
playing through an injury type of.
He wants to play for the Ravens.
Which, don't get me wrong, again, the Antonio Brown thing is completely separate, but I'm just talking about the whole suing the Shield.
Well, the NFL isn't the most progressively ran sports league out there. Goodell's no Adam Silver, but
so
we all can't be perfect.
Mike, to your point though, I kind of think what this is going to end up coming down to is, I think I'm going to, as much as it pains me because I want to see change, I think this just comes down to, here you go, Brian Flores. Here's a lot of money. Now go away.
I agree.
It's usually how it goes.
100%. And it just sucks. It sucks, but I agree.
Yes, Ian.
I just think he's in a position and has been in a position very recent. Like Brian Flores can make money if he wants money. And like when athletes get in trouble for other situations, it's like they have to pay off someone that doesn't have money to get them to shut up about something. This is like a bunch of rich people suing other rich people for a reason that is really not about the money. I just hope that regardless of the outcome, because like I don't, like I said earlier, like I don't even know what that looks like. You're gonna find out, especially if they get the enough people to get in on it and they actually get the jury that they want and everything. You're gonna hear all this stuff later. I just hope people in the league offices look at it and they're like, all right, we got to figure out how to do something.
Because
I'm not smart enough to know what that is. I'm not somewhere else, so I don't know. I don't have the answers, but like,
and I honestly just want to even say too, the Rooney Rule I feel kind of even makes it worse in a way, because now it's like you're just forcing these guys to like they're forced to interview these guys,
right? Well, and it's like I feel like they have to check off a box, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is what they end up
doing. I mean, and it's like we're at the point where now we have to incentivize these teams for hiring someone that's minority.
It's weird.
Like we had to give them draft picks to be like, hey, take this guy. Do us a favor. Like
that goes back to the nepotism.
I mean,
too. Because
that's politics too.
Yeah.
Like there's a rule in workplaces that has that right now.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
So
it's not good. Should not be an issue in 2022, but yet here we are. I don't know what's to come from this.
You'll hear about it all as it goes.
I'm sure this
will be made public. You're gonna get more PDFs tweeted by Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, and they're gonna be like 50 pages long.
Yeah, this ain't going away anytime soon.
Stuff, so, interesting stuff.
Yeah. And I hope we get the truth. That's all I'm hoping for. And I hope we get a resolution to this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nice
good
going, Dolphins. Damn.
Good legal talk, everyone. Good legal talk.
I am not qualified to be having these types of conversations, but keep going. What's next?
Me either. Our most political episode yet.
Coaching hires. And we actually just had one break while we started recording. There we go. Here's our list of our new coaching hires. We have Brian Dable, as we already discussed. He is with the Giants now. Nathaniel Hackett is going to be the former OC of the Packers. Nathaniel Hackett is going to the Denver Broncos. Former OC of the New England Patriots, Josh McDaniels, will be going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Former defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts, Matt Eberflus, will be going to the Bears. And just recently, as we started recording, Kevin O'Connell. I think Connell.
I see.
The Rams offensive coordinator is expected to be hired as the Vikings' next head coach, which comes on the cusp of everyone thinking Jim Harbaugh was coming back to the league to be the coach of the Minnesota Vikings or the Miami Dolphins, but he has let everyone know, also as we started recording, that he is staying. So, where do we want to start?
You start with the Bears.
We start with the Bears?
Or Brian Flores, Jesus. Jim Harbaugh, you never had me for a second.
I can also Ian, we didn't. Yeah, Ian called the Brady thing. He called the.
I just want my credit.
He did, I gave you the credit last week, but I'll give you credit again. He did call the Brady thing, and he has been hard pressed that Jim Harbaugh was not leaving Michigan. So
I follow sports, no big deal. So, Mike Samuelson, you are a bona fide Patriots fan through and through, and you just lost your offensive coordinator. How do we feel about that? You know,
I'm happy that he's getting a chance to be a head coach, but I don't know how well he's going to do, to be honest with you. So it kind of stinks. What's up? Go ahead.
I was just going to cut in. I think this time around, he'll be a better coach, because I think this time around, he will learn the lesson that you shouldn't try to train who you have there as train them the Brady, the Belichick model. You need to go take in your own philosophy. Like what he did last time, he just took in a bunch of veteran coaches and was like, "This is the way. This is how you should be coaching." And that's what all the Belichick coaching tree members have done. They went in and kind of went in with the approach of like, "This is the Patriot way. We're doing the Patriot way." And obviously, as we've seen, Brian Flores didn't make the playoffs, but really none of them have had much success. I do think this time around, though, I think
wasn't Mike Vrabel, wasn't he one of these
guys? He was a player. He was a player.
He was a player. He wasn't from the tree.
What did he coach under?
For some reason, I thought he was a coordinator. For some reason, I'm tweaking. That's on me.
I know he played for the Patriots.
I'm looking right now, Mike.
Yeah,
we can.
I really thought he was. I could be wrong.
Oh no, he did. He did.
Yeah,
he was there. Oh no. Nope. Never mind. Ohio State linebacker coach, Ohio State defensive line coach, Texans linebacker coach, Texans defensive coordinator, Titans head coach.
He played for
That's what it was then? Okay.
Yeah, he was a linebacker.
That's on me then, man. I really thought for some reason.
You would think.
Mike Vrabel enthusiast.
If you watch that Bill Belichick, Nick Saban documentary on HBO.
It's on my to-do list.
One of the best football things I've ever watched. I assume Mike Samuelson has seen it.
I still have to watch Man in the Arena.
That's really good.
I heard waiting for that to finish up.
I heard there's still one more episode, which I'm assuming is the retirement one, but
crazy that he's doing his career documentary in real time as he's retiring. That's incredible.
Anyways, Ian, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they mentioned in there how Nick Saban and Bill Belichick both have this kind of unspoken rule where if an assistant leaves, they can't take any of the staff with them to their new job. That's part of their kind of mutual agreement, and that's why a lot of them don't do well when they leave because they don't have the same support staff. But is McDaniels bringing some Patriots guys with him? Did I see that?
He brought a linebacker coach, I think, or something.
So that's interesting.
Some sort of coach.
And I want to say Flores brought, I think, a guy or two when he first came to Miami.
Interesting.
He did. He took Chad O'Shea to be his OC. That was the Patriots wide receiver coach. He definitely did, yes.
So I kind of do have a theory. I think I don't know how much longer Bill has. I think he's gone, and I think he's gone in the next. I'd say the next 4 years. I think he's gone.
That's fair.
He's slowly I think it's going to happen. I think he's just now he's allowing stuff like that to happen. That's my guess.
So, and that's interesting because I would assume most of everyone thought the reason why McDaniels took the job in Indy, but then quickly rescinded that. I think many people thought at that time was that it was because there was a talk of maybe Bill retires and Josh McDaniels is a succession plan. He's the next guy in line.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to me because it's like, if that is true, like what you're saying, Mike, if maybe he's got only a few more years left. Like, who is that succession plan now? Because now all of your long-term coaches are gone.
Well, I don't know who's going to be available for coaching jobs.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it always seemed like this was Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels.
Well, he seemed very meticulous about where he wanted to go, and Jim Irsay is awkwardly really involved with the Colts more than I thought he was. He's more Jerry Jones-esque than I think the Davis guys are with the Raiders, so I probably felt like the big difference between the two was that he could go in there, and I'm sure he's one of those guys that wants as much control as possible, and you're banking on him standing next to Bill Belichick for as long as he did that you're going to give it to him. So that I think it was one of those things where he was looking for that fit.
Well, and then plus on top of that, the Raiders had hired Patriots executive Dave Ziegler to be.
Well, I think they were doing that to. That was probably a condition of his, I would imagine. I'm sure they talked to him. So
I have a conspiracy.
Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
Love them.
This is my pipe dream. I think Bill Belichick retires, and by that time,
so wait,
comes in and takes.
I was about to say, wait, is this a conspiracy or
that's my conspiracy? That's my
prediction.
My future. That's my future hopeful plan.
Who is it?
Future hopeful plan.
Lane Kiffin.
I hope Lane Kiffin comes in 4 years and takes it over.
Awesome. That'd be hilarious.
That's my hope.
He's a great Twitter follow. You guys should definitely follow Kiffin on Twitter. He's fun.
But yeah, I think this head coaching stint around for Josh McDaniels might be a little bit better.
Can't be worse than what they had.
I mean, is it?
Yeah,
Mike, I can't recall. You're the Patriots fan, so you maybe know a bit more. Was this past offseason before they drafted Mac? Were they trying to get Derek Carr?
They were just honestly, I don't think so because they were in a buying spree for I'm sure he's probably in rumors, but they were in a buying spree for everybody. Like that's when they spent the most money in the history of, I think, the Patriots organization. They spent the most money. So I think honestly, I just feel like they kind of just threw everything at it and saw how good they were going to be. What was it? Rumors with Derek Carr?
Yeah, last year Josh McDaniels really wanted the Patriots to acquire Derek Carr.
Well, there it is.
Well, I think he probably wanted him to acquire really anybody. Like, I don't know how much because especially at their draft position, like, I don't know.
Ian Rappaport said during an appearance on NFL Network, in fact, the Patriots considered trying to trade for Carr before the season. Now McDaniels and Ziegler get him.
Yeah,
congratulations.
I don't know that's a tough division to step foot in, to be honest. Staley, Reed, whoever to the Broncos now, possibly they could be good too, depending on who the quarterback is. Could be Aaron Rodgers.
Perfect. Oh, that's perfect. Actually, let's go there. Nathaniel Hackett is now the head coach of the Denver Broncos, former OC of the Packers.
Sick.
Do we think this was a pure? I'm not going to say it's purely trying to get Aaron Rodgers, but do we think this hire maybe has something to do with Aaron Rodgers potentially wanting to leave Green Bay?
I think it does that a little bit. I don't think it's the sole. I don't think it's a little bit in the bag. I mean, come on, it's not the sole reason why they hired him, but it's definitely it's complimentary. It comes with it.
Definitely a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see John Elway being in there, pounding the table, being like, "Nathaniel Hackett will get us Aaron Rodgers." But
I don't think it'll happen, but you never know. Definitely helps the cause. Doesn't hurt it.
So, honestly, just thinking about it though. If you're Aaron Rodgers, your best chance to win is in Green Bay.
I've said this already.
Especially with Brady gone, yeah.
I think it's
like Indy, your best. But is Indy going to move on from Carson Wentz? I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't know.
The playoffs are.
Well, I mean, yeah. Obviously, yes. I would move on. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if I think they'd be eating so much cap to move Carson Wentz. And plus, they don't have the first rounder this year. So, I mean, the Packers still said they want a fairly decent
probably, I'd
return.
say 3 or 4 first rounds.
Yeah, I'm going to imagine they're going to want something pretty hefty. And the Colts don't really have that. But, I mean, obviously, you'll make it work.
But that uniform like Aaron Rodgers in a Colts uniform looks awkwardly natural to me. I've seen that jersey swap.
You seen the photo, the jersey swap?
Yeah, he looks decent in that uniform. Like that wouldn't that's not jarring.
So obviously, like we kind of already mentioned, maybe it's Tampa. I mean, that division is absolute dog water.
Okay, I have a quick question. Does the NFL have no trade clauses with their players or no?
Yeah,
some do. Yeah.
So what if Rodgers says I'm only going to Indy?
No, that what are we saying?
Deshaun Watson.
I was about to say Deshaun Watson. I was about to say, yeah,
he has
Deshaun.
One. Yeah. So what if he just says the same I'm only going to Indy or not going anywhere?
I believe when they redid the contract last year, I think it was a gentleman's. I don't know if it's in the contract, but I think it was a gentleman's agreement that they would work together to where Aaron would want to go.
Is that what your sources are telling you?
That's what they were reporting. That's what they were reporting last year.
That's sticky.
So I think it's where Aaron wants to go. And again, you're better off just staying in, and which is why I think he is going to end up staying in Green Bay, because if you're going to Denver, you're going to face the playoff team that was the Raiders. You have Mahomes and you have Herbert. Like that's not an easy division.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
Pop up the meme, right? Eddie Murphy doing like the thinking thing. You can't lose in the playoffs if you don't make the playoffs.
He'll make the playoffs.
Nah,
Aaron Rodgers. He's Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know. I don't
He'll
know.
make it and lose in the first round or the second round. Like, come on, we know this. Come on, we know this.
Dude,
I
don't know.
I mean, I think we can probably all agree. I definitely think the AFC is a bit more heavier in competition than the NFC is.
By it's not even close.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you want? Because I could tell you. The Packers wouldn't trade him to someone in the NFC.
No,
maybe he'll trade him to the Bears.
He's not going to an NFC team. That's for
so it's
sure.
so you're going to the conference that is even harder to get. I mean, maybe Pittsburgh. Maybe he goes to Pittsburgh.
That's what I've been saying.
Here's an X factor.
They're going to play the Super Bowl champion Cincinnati Bengals twice.
Oh, well,
here's an X factor that
he's Aaron Rodgers. Do you think he gives a shit? No.
You're right, Ian. Cleveland.
No, the X factor.
Aaron freaking Rodgers.
The X factor in this conversation that no one's talking about, that no one was talking about in the Tom Brady thing, and that's why I brought it up when I did. What if he just wants to? What if he just wants to play for an AFC team? What if there's a team he just wants to play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What if he just doesn't want to be in Green Bay?
You think Aaron Rodgers
makes sense? What if he just?
You think Aaron Rodgers is like, I don't want to go to Denver, the other good teams. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all.
Right. That's not his mentality at all. He's walking. He's going to go into whatever team
but they have. But
right.
Herbert. But Derek. He doesn't give a shit.
Right.
He doesn't care. He's Aaron Rodgers.
You're still going to have to get him the horses around him to make it all work, but.
I think what he cares most is, does his ownership, do they care about him? Do they let him do the things he wants to do? That's what I think he cares about more than anything. He doesn't care about who he's playing. Who gives a shit?
Because in his mind, if they give him that, then he's going to be able to assemble a team
catered
to his abilities. And then
he's not going somewhere thinking, oh no, not the teams around, not the division. He doesn't give a shit.
All right, so let's get back on track here, though. Nathaniel Hackett, head coach for the Denver Broncos.
Never heard of him before this happened, to be honest.
Me either.
It will be
as most of coach hirings. I never heard of him.
I mean, listen, I think we can all agree. I think Denver's got a pretty good team. I think they just kind of need a quarterback.
Yeah.
That
seems like the
Javonte
great Williams running back. Yeah, they got a great running back duo, some solid receivers, good tight end.
Yeah, and the defense is fairly good.
Mm-hmm. It's just a quarterback.
I mean, fun fact, I don't know if you guys know, but the defense actually got better after they traded Von Miller this year. So
give other guys opportunities.
Yeah, so it is interesting. So whoever they get a quarterback, maybe that's a Garoppolo spot.
That could be a Jimmy G spot. That could definitely be a Jimmy G spot.
Maybe, yeah. Next up, Brian Dable with the Giants, who have said they are committing with Daniel Jones.
Love it. Love it.
Daniel Jones, baby. I mean,
how many years does he have left on his rookie year? That's probably our rookie.
I believe that.
I think it's fair you give him another shot.
2?
I think
11.
Daniel Jones has. This is going to be, if it will load, this will be his last year unless they exercise the 5th-year option.
That's funny. They committed. Yeah, we're committed to him. He'll be our quarterback next year. Year after that.
Oh my! His 5th-year option estimate is $22.3 million.
No chance. Unless like something horribly unforeseen happens. Most improved player. Giants are in the playoffs.
If they win more than 6 wins, maybe.
Yeah. Go ahead. Pick that.
He's a sneaky running quarterback. He's a sneaky running quarterback.
He's got wheels.
He falls on himself,
Sometimes
but he's a sneaky running quarterback. Yeah.
He's a sneaky running quarterback. Can he throw?
Yeah. We'll figure that out later. We'll figure that out later.
That's what a quarterback does. Throws.
So, of course, everyone's going, oh, Brian Dable, he's going to turn Daniel Jones into Josh Allen.
My ass.
That definitely won't happen.
No way, Jose.
Definitely will not happen.
Hey. You know what this is? This is a really, really good Mitch spot. Just saying.
Yeah. Which, and kind of like I texted you guys, the whole thing with
reunite him with the ball.
The whole thing with the Dolphins was that, if Dable came to Miami, he'd probably bring Mitch with.
Because who do you want your successor to Daniel Jones?
He doesn't have we talked about this with Cleveland. Daniel Jones is at the we have to light a fire under him stage. You have to bring in that guy to compete with him that's probably no better than he is. You're not getting anywhere. We say this all the time. You have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. It doesn't change the bottom line.
Well, and I won't.
But if I'm just making Mitch Trubisky predictions to annoy Noah, then yeah.
And hold on, I won't lie.
I deserve a job more than Mitch, bro. Let me get there throwing, bro.
I was sharing around the Pro Football Reference pages. There are worse quarterbacks statistically.
Hey,
Mitch
Ian.
Trubisky. So,
and Ian, to your point though, too, he's been in the league now Daniel Jones has been in the league now for 3 years, and he has not played a full season because he's gotten injured in every single one.
Maybe they should fix his offensive line. I imagine there are Giants fans out there that are passionate Daniel Jones truthers that are like, if Saquon didn't get hurt and we just had an offensive line, he's actually
you sound like me with Darnold.
Like he's actually not that bad. He's actually pretty good.
First 3 years of the Giants, he is 3-9, 5-9, and 4-7.
Yeah,
he's got 1 year left. Give him his last year.
GM ran them into the ground.
Yeah,
they'll play for a year and then they'll probably be in. Might pick someone this year. I don't know.
They might. Yeah, they got 2 first
two.
rounders.
Yeah, they got 2.
The Bears committed to Mike Glennon. They threw Trubisky in there. They committed to Andy Dalton. They threw Fields in there. But people can say don't mean shit.
That is true. And plus, I won't even lie, that was the owner, I believe, that said they were committed to Daniel Jones. So I guess he's not the one that.
Oh, God, imagine you're the GM and you flip on Sports Center or you get in your car, you turn on the radio, you hear the owner saying that, you're like, ooh. Ooh.
Well, especially Joe Schoen, who just got hired.
Right. It's like
I'm hoping for Danny Jones for the best, I'm hoping for Danny Dimes.
Hey, who knows? Joe Schoen might already be texting with Mitch and being like, hey, man, Big Apple.
If I see Mitch in the Big Apple, bro, he's not made for that shit. He ain't made for that. Hell no. Keep his ass in Buffalo. He ain't made for the Big Apple.
I already got yelled at.
Buffalo's not the Big Apple. Buffalo's not the Big Apple. Buffalo is not the Big Apple.
Well,
I'm not.
It's not the Big Apple.
Well, I was about to. Well, actually, I was actually about to say that even the Jets and Giants, they technically don't even play in New York. They're in New Jersey, so you wouldn't.
No, but they're called the New York. New York.
New York. All right. Well, I don't think.
Yeah, they're gonna be Chicago Bears in Arlington, right? Isn't that? Yeah. Aren't they gonna be the Chicago Bears?
They're still the Chicago Bears. They ain't gonna be called the Arlington Bears. Just because we're the stadium.
I kind of like the Arlington Bears.
Well, no, isn't that technically out of jurisdiction? I thought they have to the NFL rules. If the Bears did move, they would have to drop the Chicago name or something.
No, that's not on the NFL side. That's on the city side. So what they're going to do is just pay for it.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so I think that's enough Giants talk for today's podcast.
I liked it.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, they have some sneaky weapons if the team could stay healthy. Sterling
Shepard. Where?
It's Sterling Shepard if he can stay healthy.
No, that Tony dude was good that year. This year,
bro, me and Kadarius Toney had the same amount of touchdowns. What do we talk about? Sneaky weapons.
Noah knows off the top of his head that he has no touchdowns. That's awesome.
Hey,
because of the Giants.
Fantastic.
Hey, let's not forget Evan Ingram's a Pro Bowler.
What sneaky weapons of that team? They ain't got no weapons. They are non-lethal. They're non-lethal.
We just named some.
Saquon Barkley if healthy. Sterling Shepard
if healthy.
Sterling Shepard if healthy.
If healthy. Kenny Golladay if healthy. If.
Hey, you got some wide receivers over there that weren't healthy either. All right, let's take it easy.
I'm not saying they're weapons.
You got some.
I'm not saying they're. Am I saying they're secret weapons? No.
I'm just saying they're in the same playing field. You're trashing one team, and
we didn't say secret weapons. We just said weapons.
Okay, and I never said they had weapons.
Sneaky saying possible. They're not solidified, but they're sneaky. They're pretty all right. That's what we're saying. Sneaky.
Well, I disagree. I don't think they're all right. I think they're bad.
Me too.
All right, that's fine.
It's fun to talk about.
But we'll go to the fourth team. I guess the new one that we just got tonight, Kevin O'Connell.
Didn't know this guy until 15 minutes ago.
I'm gonna Google him real quick.
Didn't know who this was until 15 minutes ago.
I think I know who he is, but I'm gonna check.
He is the Rams offensive coordinator.
I knew that.
But he got a Super Bowl to worry about. What's he doing?
Guys, I'm not gonna lie here. So, first off, he's 36 years old. He's been coaching since 2015. So I won't lie, guys. This is kind of what we already talked about. You're telling me this guy gets a head coaching job, and we still have Eric Bieniemy on Not even no. Like
I even know Sean McVay, so like of course he's going to be a head coach.
Yeah, and it's a younger guy. Like we've seen it work with some guys. I think it's. I don't know.
Well, that's my thing though. Like,
formula, I think a lot of teams mimic it.
Well, that's my thing is that he's the offensive coordinator in the Rams. I'm assuming Sean McVay calls the entire offense, so he's not even the coordinator there.
Yeah. Played for the Jets.
What position?
And the Dolphins.
When this guy? When did the hell was he a backup?
11?
Wait, and the Patriots.
Oh, so he was a backup. Okay.
Yeah.
He was backing up the boy. He was backing up the boy Mark.
Let's see, real quick for Kevin O'Connell, drafted in the 3rd round by the Patriots in 2008. He was in the Patriots in 2008, Lions in 2009, Jets for 2009, Jets for 2009-10, Dolphins in 2011.
So he was here for the conference game. Okay, all right. He was there.
Dolphins in 2011, Jets in 2011, and then the Chargers in 2012. And then that was the end of his career.
He was drafted by the Patriots in 2008?
Yes.
In the 3rd round?
Yes.
So I think if you went into the ESPN archives, you could dig up some really irresponsible articles from beat writers talking about how Kevin O'Connell is going to be the next Tom Brady, or is this competition for Tom Brady? Like, some shit like that. Those articles.
Here's a quick little blurb on Wikipedia. 2008 Combine, O'Connell ran a 40-yard dash in 4.61 seconds.
Faster than mine.
I'm faster than that.
He was the 94th overall
not
pick.
Faster than that.
Yes, I am.
No, hold on. You are not faster than that. You did not run a 4.640. No, mark this down. I'm sorry. You were going mark this down. You did not run faster than a 4.6.
Give me a week.
A week?
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down.
I'll put $100 on it.
Dude, I'm not doing it. This is a joke. Get out of here.
I'm sorry. I had to jump in.
I don't even know what I could do. I have no clue.
I know you could not do that.
It is down on the paper. 4.640.
Well, you just got Post-it notes just on standby.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Post-it notes for Noah's takes. Just right there.
Standby.
Anyways, O'Connell made his NFL debut on September 21st in 2008 in the 4th quarter against the Dolphins, where he threw his first 4 career passes, completing 3.
4 career passes.
O'Connell was waived by the Patriots in 2009, 2 days after a preseason game in which starting QB Tom Brady was injured.
Was that the Matt Castle year?
No, I thought that was 2008. No, that was 2008 because the Dolphins won the division in 2008. O'Connell threw 2 in the second half of that preseason game that Brady got hurt. O'Connell threw 2 interceptions and only threw 3 completions on 10 attempts.
Hit that. That's why I want to call him my place. Get him out there.
Yeah, get this guy a jacket. A gold one.
Get him out there.
The Patriots gave no explanation for releasing O'Connell, who was in competition with veteran quarterback Andrew Walter, signed after his release from the Raiders.
They did not need to give
no need.
Yeah, yeah, not the reason. I understand why they cut him.
The journalist at the Bill Belichick press conference asking.
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. He was a team captain for the Jets for a game.
Nah, Mark Sanchez probably skipped that game.
Probably after the fumble.
No, he was named the team captain for the game against the Patriots. It was the revenge game.
Yeah, I bet. Hey, did we beat them? I know we beat them in the playoffs.
Anyways, Kevin O'Connell, he goes to the Vikings after it seemed that the Vikings were going to go get Jim Harbaugh.
Fantastic. Great news.
Yes, Michigan fan Ian Blum, very excited.
No, I just like to drink the tears of the Minnesota Viking faithful. It brings me joy.
But yeah, no, I don't. Sure, we're gonna go for the McVay tree. I mean, it worked with Zach Taylor.
Hey, Ian, do you know? Is there any validity? I saw a random tweet flying around that Harbaugh wanted 10 years, $100 million to come to the Bears, and they said no. What do you think? You think there's anything to that?
That can't be true.
Like we've talked about how college coaches get paid more than NFL coaches. So like if he stays at Michigan, they're definitely going to redo his contract. So if you're an NFL team trying to hire a top college coach, you got to pay college money, right? If it's, if it like that amount exactly, I don't know. I know that they called him and it never really got past that. A lot of the Bear people and when I say Bear people, I mean the Bear fans that I talked to, we were all kind of in the same state of like the McCaskies aren't going to pay him what he wants and give him the control that he wants. It was so wouldn't be surprised if he was asking for a lot.
Yeah, I was more on the side of like the Bears saying no to it. Like I would do it.
No, I would too.
That's what. Okay, that's more the side of like. Do you really think the Bears would say no?
Now, Ian, does it at least bring you a little bit of relief hearing that at least maybe they talked to Jim? Because I know we talked about it, and we were talking. I know me and you were talking off in our own separate chat about how, if he is coming back to the NFL, like how do you not talk to him?
I don't think there would be a reality where people would not be horribly, horribly furious that Jim Harbaugh got an NFL coaching job and it wasn't the Bears' job. People would be extremely upset because he's in the minds of the people. He is the clear number one choice. How it would have gone, who's to say? But yeah, I didn't think they were ever going to get him anyway.
So, Kevin O'Connell, congrats.
What does this mean for Kirk Cousins?
I'm going to imagine he's still there.
Defense is getting old.
Maybe. Okay. Can we see a 3-team trade? Jimmy G goes to Minnesota and Kirk Cousins goes to Denver.
Whoa.
You like that?
Mitch to the Vikings?
Yeah, send his ass to Minnesota.
All right. Well, then let's get to the last coaching hire here. Ian, your guy, Matt Eberflus, is your new head coach, former DC of the Indianapolis Colts. Gets paired with Ryan Poles, another second regime of a Ryan-Matt duo.
Ryan and Matt are football guys.
Because it worked so good the first time.
Well, that's the quote that George McCaskey said when they retained Nagy and Pace last year. He said Ryan and Matt are our football guys. So when they hired another Ryan and another Matt, everyone's like, Ryan and Matt are our football guys.
So he wasn't lying.
He clearly not. He went to pick him up at the airport and everything. My goodness.
Which airport?
Ian
O'Hare,
yes. Ian, run us through Eberflus.
I mean, he was the Colts defensive coordinator, right? We talked about that. He's of the Rod Marinelli coaching tree, which is fun because Rod Marinelli was the defensive coordinator for the Bears when Lovie Smith was with the Bears. After Ron Rivera was with the Bears, he took his spot. So you're looking at a scheme change. We're going to go from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So Khalil Mack might have to play defensive end instead of outside linebacker now. So that's pretty good. He likes acronyms. So that's cool. I watch the Colts Hard Knocks. He likes to give away T-shirts to players to incentivize turnovers. So it's cool, I guess. A lot of emphasis on turnovers and stuff like that. The peanut punch and stuff. He took that. It's very much Lovie Smith-esque. It seems like we're going back to the coaching style and the scheme that Lovie Smith had. So nice, I guess. There he is. There's the GM. We're
going to take the North and never give it back.
Bold proclamations at the press conference. I gotta be honest, I didn't even watch it. Still haven't seen it.
Man, does that feel me, man?
There are things that I like. There are things that I think still obviously have to be answered. I am not really optimistic. I'm interested. So I'm intrigued. But to say that like I'm confident, I don't think anyone really is anymore. I think we're all just kind of like we're already dead. But it should be interesting. I think
So who did you want besides Harbaugh?
Who did I want? I mean, out of their finalists, I wanted Dan Quinn because it was Dan Quinn, Caldwell, and Eberflus. But he's 51 years old, so he's a first-time head coach, but it's not like he's a Kevin O'Connell first-time head coach. It's like 37. He's 51. He's been in the league for a couple of decades now, so he has a lot of coaching experience. He's coached in a lot of different places under a lot of different coaches, so that's cool. He was actually Josh McDaniels' choice for defensive coordinator at Indianapolis when he was about to take the job and then didn't. And Chris Ballard told Frank Reich, like, hey, we got to keep this guy. And they ended up being top 10 in takeaways for the years that he was there. So that's cool. And now because he's leaving to get the Bears job, Frank Reich is like, all right, now I want to hire my own defensive coordinator because I haven't been able to do that yet. So they're revamping their staff completely. And a lot of the assistants, a good chunk of them, like 4 or 5 of them, that worked with Eberflus in Indianapolis are coming straight to Chicago. And that's something Matt Nagy wasn't able to do when he left Kansas City, was bring guys from Kansas City with him.
And that's got to be positive. I mean, we already know Bears have always had a good defense. And so getting this defensive-minded guy who's been rolling with a good defense in Indy, taking most of that staff now with him, it's got to be good.
That looks like something that could be good. I liked the fact that they had Justin Fields at the press conference when they introduced the GM and the head coach, because I have to assume that Ryan Poles got on the phone as soon as he got the job and was like, all right, give me Justin Fields' number so I can call him and let him know that he is the most important person in our building. And everything that we do from here on out is going to be predicated to you and your skill set. We need to try to capitalize on your ability and stuff. So is that something that they did not do for Mitch, which is interesting. When Ryan Pace brought in Matt Nagy, Mitch Trubisky was not present at the press conference, taking questions from the media, giving his vote of confidence in the coach that he got.
What if Ryan Poles is like, we need a strong backup quarterback, and he's like, let's bring in Mitch Trubisky?
They would never do that. But it'd be fun. Hey, who wouldn't want to see it? It'd be a good time. You know, it'd be good. No, and then
bring in Sam Darnold.
Now we're talking.
There it is. We got to kick it up a notch. No, but Ryan Poles is GM.
Small notch.
A younger guy, but former offensive lineman. So that's good.
Of the Bears.
I think we talk of the Bears and just like the fact that he's played the position in general.
Oh, God. Mike, there's another Twitter space going on right now.
Oh, Jesus.
With who?
Another Dolphins again? Another Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm good on this one. I don't think I can't do another day.
Wait, this time we have a lawyer that's explaining the whole thing.
Yeah, what's his credentials, people, dude? Yeah, I know. I have no desire. Honestly,
what is credentials? He watches Law and Order.
When I hear a Dolphins lawyer is attached, I studied Dolphins law. All right, get the hell off.
Law of Dolphins. It would be great if they got in there and they were just talking about like aquatic, like zoology laws and like how to properly hold a dolphin. Like, wait, we got the wrong dolphin lawyer. Like, gosh darn it. No, but
this isn't a dolphin space.
I thought we were talking about Dolphins. Oh shit. No, but they're former offensive linemen. Their assistant GM they brought in is also former offensive lineman. So the fact that they're going to be able to put a bit of a emphasis on that is a good thing too. So it should be interesting. They got Luke Getsy from the Packers to be their offensive coordinator. I wanted Mike Kafka. They got him. It was the guy who Packers head coach. What's his name? I'm blanking.
Matt LaFleur.
He brought in because Aaron Rodgers demanded that Luke Getsy be there because he was part of the McCarthy staff. And when the friction was going on, when it was like, oh, they're getting along, are they not getting along? Like, do they see eye to eye? Like, Aaron Rodgers was like, you give me this dude. So he's not even of that LaFleur Shanahan tree. He's of a different background, but still worked under that coach for a few years and has an idea of how that offense works. So when everyone talked about Matt Nagy being the play caller in Chicago and him only knowing the read tree and stuff like that, and him not being able to be multiple and that sort of thing, you bring in a guy that now has a little bit more of a wider scope of offense that he's worked with in the NFL. So that's cool. I appreciate I was looking back at some of the Chiefs drafts the last couple of years since Ryan Poles was like a high ranking front office guy. So he would have had some say and was the head of their college scouting. So he would have scouted the players that they drafted and stuff like that. And the fact that they keep supplementing Patrick Mahomes with skill position players, even after they have the guys that they already have, they still spend some high draft capital on wide receivers and running backs and things like that to keep reloading, I guess is the word I'm looking for, with the weapons around him. So that's interesting. I'm intrigued to see how they build it. I fully anticipate that in 4 years' time, they will be fired and the Bears will probably have some fluke 10-win season to make the playoffs, double doink in the first round, and then proceedingly get worse and Justin Fields will be bust. But I pray to God that he's not. So
all right.
We'll see what happens.
So that's it for head coaching news. Let's just quickly get to the rest of the league. NFL news and rumors.
What else is there? What else do we got?
Well,
we are 2 hours and 20 minutes into this. So, what else could there possibly be?
Well, hold on. There's two things. There's two things we haven't covered.
We already talked about the Dolphins, Mike.
Hold on. There's two things we did not cover.
We didn't talk about the groundhog. He saw his shadow. Right, that's one. I was gonna wrap up the show with that one. First one would be the first thing would be congrats to Big Ben. We didn't even acknowledge that he retired. Good job, Big Ben. He retired.
Yeah, good for him.
4 weeks left of the season. He
retired. It's true.
Yeah. And the other thing, we have a birthday of a team. The Washington Commanders, everyone.
Jesus. Oh, that's right. Chase Young giving an interview saying he grades this name an F.
So we have the Washington Commanders, and the fans are already giving the nickname of the Commies because that's only going to go so swell.
Well, when your team name is 3 syllables, that's a problem.
Yeah, I like the Skins.
Like what are you gonna? Yeah, you're gonna call them the Commies?
So just
go Commies.
No. That's not the chant we're gonna be hearing. This is the chant we will be hearing from the Washington Commander fans.
God, he loves this video.
Also, wait. Side note: who picked this guy to be the chant for everyone? Like,
where is
that a name out of a hat?
People?
Yeah.
What is this?
The name on it's Rally Cap. It literally says Rally Cap.
First off, number one, who's employed in this group? The answer is nobody. Secondly, is that a Polar Express hat he has on? Third, what is the outfit of pajamas, the onesie? There's so many questions and no answers.
All right, let's hear the chant one more time.
The Washington Commanders football team. We've got a new slogan. Yeah, we took it off of Farmers, but the fact of the matter is, we are Commanders. Boy, it gets better every time. I tell you guys. Hey, like I always tell you guys, Captain.
Is that an Android he's recording on?
It probably is.
Automatically throw out the entire video and get somebody else in there. Throw it all out.
And Mike, in the beginning, he starts doing it vertical and then switches that he needs to go horizontal. It's a disaster. Commanders
logo sucks. I don't like it.
What's our thoughts on the uniforms? Did we like the uniforms?
Everything about it sucks.
It just looks like the football team. That's what all it looks like.
It all sucks.
Maybe it will be like the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer where everyone hated it and then they got back to
and they redesigned it and they
maybe that's what this is like. Oh, like what do you guys think? And then they were like, no, this blows. And then they're like, yeah, you know what?
Look, the logo is the exact same thing, just a different font. It's a W.
And they don't even get those in Washington.
It's crazy. Just a W. It's it. There's nothing to it.
Yeah, see, that's the worst part. It's like the moment they lose like that first game.
Oh, that on the black helmet with that. Oh, that is atrocious.
This looks like they should be in the XFL. What are we doing? That's brutal. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's is this a video, Mike?
I'm not a fan.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah. Yes.
What about Commanders?
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah. Okay.
F.
What about Commanders?
I wonder what he thinks about it now.
D-. Got
a little better.
Yeah, Chase Young requested a trade. No one really knows why, but
yeah, you requested. Yeah, I went down to that.
And on that note, that's all I had. I guess we can wrap up with the Ian.
That's a false statement. That's not true.
Yeah, we're gonna literally see.
No. Full time.
There it is.
Ian submitted the official retirement request.
First Brady, now Ian.
Denied. There's a request denied.
I was about to say
denied. Yeah, request denied. Sorry.
Oh God.
We got choices.
No choices around
here, there is rumors that he's going to get the gold jacket.
Oh, we got gold jackets?
Yeah, we do have gold jackets.
If I'm getting one, then everyone's getting one.
How many years of eligibility does he need?
Just barely one.
Okay, barely
won. Yeah, barely won.
I have that too. I have that.
We all have that.
Yep.
Ian, any closing thoughts on the last full time? Even though you're going to be back next week.
I did commit to the Oscar stuff because I do enjoy talking about movies.
Of course,
of course, my appearances on Lazy Mates will be in my heart forever. Great times, so I can't wait to get back to doing that with you guys. But no, it was fun. It's cool. I got job opportunities lined up that I got to take advantage of, and I got some other projects I'm working on that you guys may or may not have a chance to be involved with. So stay tuned. So there's other stuff I'm operating in the background, getting some stuff working on because I want to go do my own thing. But it's been fun. Good luck trying to talk about college football without me. Can't wait to see it.
Well, you'll be a part-time guest on the podcast. We'll bring you in.
Yeah, you guys are going to need me around.
Yeah,
we'll
call you in just for that. We'll call you in just for that, and then
we're kicking you out right after it's over.
Right, as soon as it's over. So
for Shane,
it's right. Well, because I thought, as fun as it is for me to be on here and be like the Bears guy on here, I don't think I have the takes that are click worthy to like get the internet traction, So I really think I'm taking a back seat to help the betterment of the brand and our presence online.
So instead, we get the Packers guy instead.
Well, I mean, you could put Shane in here and just have him say like totally outrageous things that aren't true, and then you could really get the clickbait going and really start to get.
We
some
should
steam
make it a
here.
game of the fourth. We should make it like applications and we pick. There should be
you could do you could rotate it.
We should rotate it. We should rotate it.
Absolutely.
That's not. We can get like a wheel each episode and just spin the wheel, and whoever it lands on, that's who gets in.
Or you could just like be like, "Hey, can you come do this week?" And then they say, "Yeah."
Everybody in the league, everybody in our fantasy league gets a week.
There it is.
That might not be a bad plan.
And I'm not in the league anymore, so that's why I got to go. You guys, I'm not quitting. I actually got kicked out because I'm not in the fantasy league. I quit the fantasy league.
But no, Ian,
but I'm getting kicked out. So no, yeah.
Ian, we had some fun times. Our interview with Brian Scalabrine and Chuck Garfine.
Yes, those were.
I still do want to. I do want to get Chuck back on the podcast, and if we do, obviously we'll have you back.
Sure, would love to. I'm really upset at the fact that I'm not going to be able to hear Tyler's power rankings one last time.
It's a shame.
It's
a damn
shame. They were so good, and he really put a lot into it. He really did. He was giving it his heart and soul into that, and he did. He was so good at it, and I was hoping to maybe get that in there one more time, but it just wasn't meant to be, I suppose. And I missed the Lift Shack Elite Felipe appearance. Never seemed to happen. Which
try to get that man for like 4 weeks now.
So he's all over the place.
Okay,
I think what you're gonna have to do.
I was gonna text him today, but I already knew this was gonna go long. So I'm like, let's just not add another guy into this because it's just gonna go way too long.
Well, I think what you got to do is you just got to have either me or Noah sign up for like an in-person Lift Shack session, and then just bring a laptop or a phone, and then we just do it that way. Like
catch them off guard.
Yeah,
well, I'm here.
Like, hey, by the way, while I'm benching in the background, why don't you go ahead and talk about whatever you want him on here to talk about? But yeah, it'd be fun. I'll be around. So.
Of course, look at that. You made
me like I said during the time,
three eras of podcasting.
Really was, and like I said during the Tom Brady bit, me and Mike Samuelson, the older ones of the podcast, he's making jumps. I'm trying to make jumps. We're getting old, okay, and we're trying to take on these big life responsibilities, and it's terrifying. Okay, we're trying our best out here.
We're trying to get like the reunion of Lazy Mates. Who knows?
Well, that's next week.
Movies are back, so
that's next week. That's next week. Is the yearly reunion of the Lazy Mates. It'll be an all time. Be there, be square. It's gonna be great.
Two episodes a year.
I want to give a little mini spoiler. Me and Nate are pretty aligned on movies we like this year. which kind of is rare. Like I think we have the same Best Picture winner, or who we want to win, I guess. But that usually never happens.
Because I'm shutting this down at 2:30 on the dot, so we have a minute left. Noah, are you joining us next week for the Oscar?
TBD. That's what it is.
You gotta show up.
I'll send you.
Why?
I'll send you some movies to watch.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna watch them.
Why not?
Because I just don't watch movies.
Ian, as our closing seconds here, for the last time on the podcast full time, did you order Taco Bell? Man, a poor guy drive through that snow.
Hell yeah, dude.
I mean, if he's,
female.
No, it's not poor guy. Usually, like, don't they have to like be active, and so like they're taking it, so it's like
right. It's voluntary.
So it's voluntarily.
Like, tip them. Come on.
True. Yeah. But also, yes, Mike, as you said, that man Phil, the groundhog, he just brings upsetting news every year.
I don't believe that shit.
Ian, I'm curious about the job stuff. We'll have to hit the group chat about it. I'm just curious to hear it, and I'll tell you guys. So.
Oh yes. All right. Well, this is last seconds here. Ian, we'll miss you full time. Other than that, we'll see everyone next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Ian.
See you guys.